everybody. Dadman Walking 55 coming to you from the U.S. East Coast at 7 minutes after 9. A few minutes late, but hey, we're probably going to be a little bit on a more abbreviated version tonight. But he walked in here hobbling on off the injured list, but he's still making it. The trooper himself. You can't keep him out of him. The Iron Man of streaming. It's JT Kirk. JT, how are you tonight?
Hail. Good evening. Thank you for that introduction. I was going to say,
You're welcome.
It's 55 walking man dad here, because I feel like I've been hit by an illegal target to the head, personal foul, 15 yards.
My dad always had a saying, you look like you were shot at and missed and shit at and hit. So if that applies, wear it.
There you go.
And of course, damn StreamYard. This week we didn't do with the 40 different things, and we don't have our names on the bottom of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like no option for it.
I don't even know. I'm not going to waste my time on it tonight because it's like it's just what is with this platform? You know what I mean? It's just like
I couldn't tell you, but at least the people are still showing up. Half the time you don't even know if people see your show, but at least people see the show right now.
Well, they don't like me. YouTube doesn't like me, and YouTube doesn't like me anyway, so they don't tell anybody about the streams anyway. But hey, well, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody we've got here. The bear came through earlier, but had to go to bed. Good night, Snorter Poopus. Hello and good night, my friend. Always great to see you coming through here. Fallout Dave, another Gator fan who wants Sydney Sweeney still to replace what we had as a bad excuse of a football coach. I don't know. Still, I take my football a little too seriously to put faith in that one. Sorry, Dave. I just can't. I got to go with the football at the end of the
day. We need to. Can we do some live scores real quick?
Well, yeah. Well, let me get through the chat real quick. Right, I know. Let me get through. Jess, hey Jess, how are you tonight? Great to see you. I'm not going to be able to get to it tonight. I'm going to remind me to keep looking for it, and whether it's on the show next week or if it's in another show, I will play that. But I do appreciate everything you send me, but I'm not going to have time tonight to do it. And hey, to CJ, his virgin ears. Yeah, I know. No, hey, listen, as a Southern man, my daddy, my old pappy's wits of wisdom, It's like when I walked in, saw Mrs. that first night, I said, hey, babe, you're the make fate I had created for. Hey, babe, you're the make fate head. Hey, babe, I'm the make fate head you created for. Oh, God, I can't get it out. My dad could do that line without blowing it. Hey, babe, you're the make. Hey, babe, I'm the make that fate had you created for.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all the honor that she got to meet me. So anyway, but hey. Yeah, LOL, but the university to take football seriously. That's where you want to lose their. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, you can as Jess, or I can bring it up next week for a thing. We just ran out of time. I had to take somebody out.
I'm probably not going to be looking at X too much during the show.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna. We will definitely get JT's reaction on it. We'll get my reaction of it at some point. Just tonight, I got home late. I had to take care of some business.
I've been in the road 2.5 hours today, and I worked.
Whoa, double! That's 2 ways on the commute. Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's 2 ways on the commute. I thought that you had an extra delay on the way home, but
well, that's a whole other thing. People didn't tune in to hear me complain about. But
yeah, I just realized I had emote only, and Chewy usually is on the Twitch side.
Oh,
yeah, I just had to get that emote only off because see, it's running perpetuity. If you don't turn make it emote only, people could just go through and leave all kinds of crazy ass comments. Unlike on this side, it's really just and it ends and dies with it begins and ends with a stream. So, yes, I know I'm a keeper. Yeah. Thank you. Feel free to tell the missus that I am a keeper. And there for you on Twitch. I know. Yeah, she is a keeper.
For that rebate, I guess, huh?
Something like
what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, folks, let's go through last week's. Well, actually, you talked about tonight's action because is tonight Maction or is that tomorrow night?
Tonight's Maction. Yeah, we have currently in the third quarter we have Akron and Bowling Green State University tied at 6 each.
Yeah.
We have going up into halftime here, Ohio with a commanding lead over UMass 21-7. And then my favorite
UMass, who's like the worst team in football, by the way.
Yeah. Then my favorite team of the MAC here, the Western Michigan Broncos are up over Northern Illinois, 21-13, with about 4.5 left in the third quarter.
And see, folks, MAC football is not bad. Many times it's good. Western Michigan has also historically had some action against some success against some bigger teams, but no.
And every once in a while, their basketball team too. Although their real star team is hockey. So right now, hockey is.
They were like number one at one point, weren't they?
Oh yeah, full tilt season, like late December, and they are always up there at the top. But right now, I believe Michigan State is still number one after taking down like number 3 Penn State this week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Keep up with all the different sports with how much you got going on right now. But Western Michigan and Michigan State and Michigan Tech are like 4 teams you don't want to mess with when it comes to college hockey.
You got a Michigan Tech?
Yes, it's up in it's up in the very north and western part of the Upper Peninsula. It's much closer to Wisconsin than it is.
God. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place now. How much snow have y'all had up there already? It seems like winter started early.
I've barely had anything accumulate, and it melted a day or two later. But if you go up in between where the peninsulas meet, they've already got about 6 inches, I think, which is a healthy amount.
Yep. Well, let's do something different. Let's swing everything out of order because Chewy's in the house. So he brought in here. Let's go ahead. Let's start with the latest in the playoff because, folks, this may be an abbreviated show tonight because of a number of reasons. But folks, let's spend some time on this because a lot of times we talk about last week's games, and there are a few games of interest from last week. And I do want to talk Florida, Tennessee this week. I tagged our friend Southern Belle, and I hope she can show up because this is normally a big week for me, but I'll hold off on that for now. Chewy in the house. And by the way, I got seeing the newest CFP projections, Tulane being added to the group of 5 representatives. I do not mind. Let's get a reaction here, folks, to JT. What do you think here? We got the same 4 top seeds. No. Alabama lost. So
Alabama and Georgia swapped.
Yeah, Georgia moves into the 4th as being, I don't know either. I guess presuming Texas A&M as the higher seed to win the conference itself. But you got 2 Big Ten, 2 SEC again. We got Georgia replacing Alabama. Alabama falls into the 10th seed. Ole Miss and Miami. They got Miami projected still to win the ACC. Even though Georgia Tech has struggled, let's see. We'll take a look at standings in just a second. We're probably let's take a look at the standings too. I thought I heard somebody coming in. Would somebody please get rid of friggin' Notre Dame? Why does Notre Dame automatically get a bye? This team plays nobody. They're rewarded for playing nobody. And I found out when Navy played them, Horvath, the starting quarterback, was not played because they wanted to get him well. I mean, just Notre Dame is a joke.
And Navy put away 24 ranked South Florida.
Yes, they did, which opens the door for Tulane for now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't Tulane. You know the team that I want out of a group of 5 school? James Madison, the Dukes, that have risen up the ranks from FCS up to FBS now in like a lightning. And I would like, and they have pulled off some major upsets. James Madison has. I would love to see James Madison in here instead of Tulane. But I tell you what, I just don't Tulane. I don't know. Texas Tech.
For those that don't know, James Madison was known as the father of the U.S. Constitution and our 4th president.
Nice. Let's see. Chewy also says outside of LSU winning by 1 against Arkansas, managed to see college hoops on Sunday with Houston beating Auburn. Hey, and the Gators played a good game against Miami. They crushed Miami here. I forgot to go to the game though. Of course, I didn't want to pay. I just don't want to pay the money to go to the games anymore. It's not as fun.
Right.
Anyway, but hey.
Well, I'll let you know how much a certain game will cost in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
If you really want tickets.
But. Oh, I bet you. You're not talking about the team up north that won't be mentioned, right?
No. But well,
yeah.
I don't want to say anymore. But
and Chewy, we will be getting as we start to get into bowl season. If we are able to keep doing Tuesday nights, we will definitely be getting in a lot more college basketball because JT's got hope, don't you?
Yes. They're actually playing Kentucky right now, and
they're leading big. Yeah,
points for most of the game so far.
And I think I read that Michigan State had the top rated recruiting class either this year or for next year.
I think it's for next year that I saw they recruited like a number 1 overall in one of the positions this week and all kinds of crazy stuff. But back to the CFP slotting here.
Well,
you scroll down just a wee bit there. There it was.
No, that was there. 83-66 it is final.
Yes.
Wow, nice win. Very nice win. But I'm going to look at the overall ratings because see, Tulane is not the 12th ranked team. They're slotted in there in Miami. Let's go in and see where this is. I like to pull this down just in case the links go somewhere weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't trust links. Oh no, somebody hijacks it. All right, here's the actual top 25 ratings. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Texas A&M 3, Georgia 4. Okay, so then you got your seeds 5 through 8, 9 Notre Dame, Alabama 11th. Okay, so what happens is BYU and Utah fall out. Miami moves in as the ACC conference champion, and so does Tulane,
who is way 24. Down the list.
See, that's where the problem 24th. Goes into justifying a. If you look at it and put a group of 5 in that's 24th rated over even a team like a 9-1 Georgia Tech or a 9-2 Virginia that's played a much tougher schedule, but then again, they've got James Madison, who's not even the top here. But I like James Madison because of their on-field performance over the years. They've actually knocked some people off. But see, so USC, maybe USC's deserving this year. Vanderbilt, if Vanderbilt doesn't make the playoffs this year, they probably will never, ever make it again. But to quote you, JT, Alabama could lose again, and they'll still stay above Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Abandon hope, all who enter here.
It's going to be a boring playoff if they do this. If these teams are in there right now, this is going to be a boring playoff. Because Tulane will do nothing. And they will not deserve to be there.
Well, but see,
a lot of teams absolutely complain.
But I do like that they give the other schools a shot. I do like that part of it. What I think is maybe we got too many SEC or Big Ten teams in here, especially the SEC. Why does Texas? I know Texas fell out, but still
the picture.
But yeah, it's just I have to go back up there. I'll go back there in a second. But looking at these, it's just I guess they really have them all to 10, and then it's 11 and 12 because Miami is the conference champion for the ACC pulled in, and then of course the group of 5 team coming in. But see, this is where Notre Dame does not deserve. My biggest complaint is Notre Dame.
Yep.
They lost 2 games at the beginning of the year, played nobody the rest of the year, and then they're vaulted because they, like you said, they never fell out of the top 25 at 0-2.
Right. They shouldn't have even been in there. And if that had happened, they would be sitting at like 20th right now.
Yeah, let me see. We're going to look at some standings and schedules. Chewy said the problem with James Madison is not the record. Actual problem is quality. I agree. I understand that. I understand that. But they're a team that I've enjoyed on their history, but I know history doesn't get you in. Tulane beat Memphis, was on the road. Tigers were ranked, but the American as a whole pretty much has movement. These past games, the final ones coming up. Yeah, it's kind of like what's happened in the SEC with the expansion is they keep beating the crap out of each other. And that's happening in the American Conference too, a lot between these teams. So but yeah, thank you for the feedback on that. But yeah, I really feel for our friend Sam, a quality BYU team that actually is really good, but they will fall out because of a team like Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, they went on the road, they beat Alabama. They deserve it. But the
problem is, who do the rest of these teams have to play yet to get Vanderbilt in?
Yeah, I don't think
I'm looking at Texas Tech. They play an unranked team. Georgia plays Charlotte, and then they play Georgia Tech. A&M plays Samford, and then Texas. They'll probably win both of those.
Although Texas Texas being a rivalry game could, especially, are they on the road at Texas?
A&M?
Yeah.
They are at Texas.
Don't write Texas off at home at Austin.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially with A&M. We're going to take a look at A&M's game Saturday, which I don't know if you're familiar with what happened, but I saw most of that game. Yes. Okay, then, go ahead.
You got Ole Miss at Mississippi State.
Okay.
They're not going to lose that one, I don't think. Oregon.
Again, rivalry game, and if they're on the road in the Egg Bowl, stranger things have happened.
Oregon at USC. I'm sorry, Oregon home hosting USC. Okay. Then at Washington, I predict they're going to win both of those.
Okay.
Oklahoma, home with Missouri, home with LSU.
They could lose either one of those, though, possibly. Not likely, because they're really on a roll, and they did a number on Bama on the road. But I will say, their offense did not stand out against Alabama. It was a defensive touchdown, really, that made a difference in this game.
Notre Dame, two nobodies, won't matter.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Why don't they just go ahead and give Notre Dame an automatic berth every year? Just say, even if they're 3-8, they still get in. But okay, sorry. I should be the one hating Notre Dame. So go ahead.
Yeah. Alabama, Eastern Illinois, and why? I've always hated Alabama for this.
Well, that's
they play a nobody.
But that's typically the slot they do. For whatever reason, Florida didn't do it this year. Florida has Tennessee this Saturday before FSU.
And then at Auburn. So they're not going to lose again.
I'm going to tell you. Don't write Auburn out in that game yet. I've said it all year.
Okay.
There's something about that Auburn team. Yeah, they fired Hugh Freeze. They've wasted a lot of good potential this season. But that Alabama game, Alabama showed they're vulnerable losing at home to they lost at the beginning of the season at FSU. Then they lost again at home just now to Oklahoma, who is getting better, but is still not the dynamic offense that people are used to with Oklahoma. They had good defense to help win that game. And Auburn was pretty good with their defense. Again, any of these rivalry games, Mississippi, Mississippi State, Texas, A&M, Alabama, Auburn, you never know what could happen. I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
BYU will be playing at Cincinnati and versus UCF. Now, they're really only ranked, like you said, to really give Vanderbilt an issue getting into 12. Utah is playing the Kansas schools. Okay. Then Miami is the next one ahead of them.
Right. Who would get in as the 11th seed? Yeah. Presuming they're the ACC championship champion, but they also have to run that. They also have to win the conference championship game. Let's stop on that note real quickly. Let me bring up the conference standings.
Folks, Vandy is my school I want in.
I know, point. I do too. But see, here's the thing. Why the hell and how the hell do they project Miami to be the conference champion? I mean, you got four teams with one loss.
Well, they're 4-2. And then they're 8-2 overall. So you've got 2 more teams above you with an additional win or one fewer losses.
Yeah,
and
but it
2
doesn't
more
matter.
Wins in the
they will. But Chewy or Buddy, if your buddy's out, either one, if y'all can help shed light on this, because see, as I understand it in the ACC, the top 2 teams, if the game ended, if it ended today, you would have Georgia Tech, Virginia in the ACC championship game. There's no way Miami could win the conference title, unless somehow they beat all of them. I don't get it, because still with 2 losses, you got 4 teams with 1 loss, and so the tiebreaker would be between the 4 teams with 1 loss. That's why I don't understand why they're projecting Miami, unless they're projecting these teams to beat each other up. Miami sneak in a championship game and win it.
They still have to get Pitt. They still have to get through Pitt.
Yeah,
they still have to play Pitt in 2 weeks.
And Miami's lost some crappy games, some really bad losses they've had. That's why I don't understand why they. I don't see how Miami. Maybe it's because they projected them since they're the highest ranked team, 13 overall. They're higher ranked than Virginia or Georgia Tech. But
well, you know what I think about that. After
garbage.
Some of the BS.
Yeah, the human turnover machine.
The only ranked team. Well, they've beaten 2 ranked teams this year. One of them was a ranked 18th Florida State. We've seen how they ended up. And then they beat make-believe rank week 1 against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. A 3rd team, South Florida. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I will say South Florida was okay, but for a 13th ranked Miami team, they dispatched them. I can't say anything being a Gator fan, but I just don't get. I don't understand why, just because they're ranking higher in that poll, why would you slot them if it has to be the conference champion? I mean, to me, it would be one of these 4 teams would be the ones filling out the bracket.
Oh, but see, they beat Notre Dame by 3 points.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's their quality win that puts them over the actual wins of all these other teams.
So who does Georgia Tech have remaining on their schedule?
Georgia Tech, who's currently number 16 on the list, still must play Pitt, and then must play number 4 ranked Georgia at home.
Okay, so they only have 1 conference game left.
Yes.
And did they play Miami head-to-head?
They did not.
Okay. What about Virginia? Did they play Miami head-to-head?
Let me go look. Virginia, 19th on the list, did not play Miami head-to-head.
Okay. Who do they have left in the conference? They should only have 1 game left.
Virginia?
Yeah.
They must play
Virginia Tech, I bet, end of the year.
Virginia Tech. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So odds are they should win and be in the ACC championship game. Pitt and SMU. Who do they have left?
Pitt. I have to go find them real quick.
And SMU even worse. Well, if you need a second to find them, I can pick up a comment.
Let's see here. I got it. Pitt has to play Georgia Tech and then Miami. They'll split that.
Actually, Chewy chimed in earlier. The issue would be who does come from the ACC. It could be Georgia Tech versus Virginia matchup. Title meaning Miami could miss out unless the Hurricanes get help and win out. Yeah, but I don't know it's a guarantee. Big Ten could get a different team should Southern Cal beat Oregon. See, that's the thing is I don't understand why they even bothered projecting Miami when it needs so much help to potentially make the championship game. To me,
you don't into it.
Yeah, to back into it. I mean, it's like, hey, Sinister, welcome. Good to see you tonight.
Hello.
Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Got that in. Hey, Sinister. All right. Good to see you tonight. So feel free to pine on sports and footballs as you want. Chewy's also updating the Mountain West, called half of Boise State, San Diego State, which is raining, low-scoring, sluggish game, 17-7 win for the Aztecs. But biggest news was not the game itself. We got a Pac-12 coming back. Woohoo! Well, sort of Pac-8 right now, but tell me, hey, I'll take Jonathan Smith back from you now that we'll have a reformed Pac-12. Maybe we get it on. I doubt we'll be good enough to get an automatic berth with the quality teams that are coming in. I mean, they're good teams out west. Don't get me wrong, but it's not what the Pac-12 used to be. But they'll be on USA Network, which I don't have. I do have CBS. I don't have CBS Sports Network.
Neither do I.
But it's good. That is big news for a conference that really should have folded.
Now, Deadman, could you go to the rankings tab on there, because the AP 25 I think actually has a better list than the CFP rankings.
Yeah, although we do have to follow the CFP though, because it's
we do. But if you look at it, here are the 12: Ohio State, Indiana, A&M and Georgia, Ole Miss and Oregon, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and Alabama. So you are SEC heavy. You waste a slot with Notre Dame, but you get BYU and Vandy in there, which is what we want. Right?
Oh, you had to take the coaches poll because you get BYU and Utah in the AP. Because wait,
yeah.
no. I got no.
The AP's on the right.
Sorry.
Yeah, they got rid of coaches poll off this.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. That would be beautiful.
This is the lineup I want. Is the one on the right. I think you would rather have it too, right?
I'd rather have it. I like both those teams, but what we should do is kick out Notre Dame because you played nobody and put the ACC champion in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And put BYU and Vanderbilt. Who knows if I'm all for changing the rules for Vanderbilt this year. But seriously, because I mean, Hades is freezing over. I never ever thought I'd live to see a Vanderbilt highly ranked in the top 25, much less 8-2 overall. 7-5, yeah, 8-4 lucky, but golly.
I'd like to see him play Indiana.
I'd like to see him play anybody in the top. In the thing, even if it was Texas A&M. But oh my gosh, but
they don't have an easy road. They've got I forgot who they have.
They end up with Kentucky. Tennessee. They're on the road.
They play at Tennessee, which is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Oh man, I tell you what, I did not realize how much Tennessee hates Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
So I started listening to the talk radio up there. Those people hate Kentucky and they hate Vanderbilt. You would think that Vanderbilt would be considered harmless, but no, man, they despise Vanderbilt. I wish Southern Belle was here because I'd love to ask her about it because is
that like because Vanderbilt's like a rich kid school or something?
I don't know why, but it's Nashville, Knoxville. But the Tennessee fans absolutely hate them. And they hate Kentucky also because Kentucky was trolling them a few years ago. And then Tennessee went up there and just dispatched them pretty quickly. So, all right. So, but that's the standings in the ACC. So that's why I don't get why do you even bother? Why do you even bother with that? But anyway, let's take one last look here at the, I didn't mean to go that far. Let's see. This is the one more look as we go. Unless anybody has any other thoughts on it, Chewy or anybody else, if you got it. We got, again, the top four. We have an addition. Georgia replaces Alabama at the 4th spot. We got Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Texas A&M 3.
Dadman, I'm shocked. I tell you, shocked that they put Notre Dame as the lower seed. How dare they?
I know. Last year, the Ohio State got the home game against Tennessee.
Yeah.
So don't forget that. I don't know what to make of Texas Tech, though. And I know Chewy follows Texas Tech, I think.
I'm not so sure either.
They came back this way. I mean, they beat Baylor. They beat BYU very impressively. But my understanding was that they were down on quarterbacks. They were depleting the roster on quarterbacks. But still, they are seeming a team of destiny in that 5 spot. Representing the Big 12 very well. But see, the other thing is the Big 12 at that point only gets one team in. Yeah, and it's a good conference though. It deserves more than that, which I think my problem is getting back to the question is, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SEC teams. Is that too much?
Which would be making 6. Unless you drop one out.
I think I tell you, Notre Dame should have to have a better strength of schedule. Notre Dame should have to
conference.
Play. Well, you know what?
They need to be in a conference.
Give Texas Tech head coach credit, because last week he said about BYU, and I think it was after they beat them. He said at least they're in a conference.
Yep.
Which he's only talking about one team out there that's not in a conference that's almost guaranteed a playoff spot every year. Regardless of the strength of schedule, regardless of who they play, do they play anybody really tough on the road? Go ahead and pull up the Notre Dame schedule. Well, actually, I'll pull it real quick. Give me a second. Let me come back off this. Since we're bitching about Notre Dame again tonight, that seems to be a pastime we like, and it's okay. I don't mind. They go on the road this week. They win at Pittsburgh in a pretty good game. They did well. I will say they actually dispatched Pittsburgh pretty easily, 37-15. But and they play almost an ACC or Big Ten schedule. Why not put them in one of those? But
do they play an ACC Big Ten schedule?
Well,
because their signature win is
yeah.
No, they lost to Miami.
They lost to Miami. I remember that. Yeah,
to A&M.
Yep.
Their signature win is against USC.
Yeah, which was at home. At home. And it was a close game up to that point. They win at Boston College by a big 25-10 score. Navy didn't even play their real starting quarterback, beat them 49-10. I will say they did go on the road.
Purdue and Arkansas.
Yeah.
In
Boise State is not what they were before. NC State is a low grade. Even though NC State did beat Georgia Tech, they did it at home. NC State had to go to South Bend for this game. So, and the last two games versus Syracuse at home and then at Stanford. Sorry, Buddy Hepburn. I hope Stanford could beat them somehow, but we know it's not going to happen.
Maybe Syracuse comes out and does something.
Syracuse is falling apart after the quarterback got hurt earlier in the season. They seem to have
they're
problems.
3-7. Nothing's going to happen there.
They fell apart. That's actually a coach's name who was mentioned for University of Florida and some of the other coaching jobs. But they got devastated by the quarterback, losing the quarterback and other injuries this year.
At the end of the year, they're going to play 2, 3, and 7 teams.
Yeah, I mean, what does that deserve to come in? Let's take a look. Let's go to another team. Let's go to BYU specifically. Okay. Folks, we're doing something a lot different than we did tonight. We're focusing on the playoff picture right now. We will get to some of the games from last week, and definitely I want to talk Florida, Tennessee this coming up week. But, we're just kicking around. We really have not talked enough about the playoffs.
Right.
And I think that's good that we're doing that tonight. Granted, let's take a look at BYU, who's in the Big 12. Okay, Portland State. That's a waste of time. Stanford.
Yeah. Now, see if Notre Dame doesn't at least beat them by 24 points.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they went on the road, beat East Carolina 34-13. They beat Colorado 24-21.
They had to fight West Virginia 38-24
too. Yeah,
on that, or not segregation, but discrimination on that.
Yeah, that was a lot of mess out there in Boulder. Ask our friend Sam. They did go on the road, fight off a hurricane, and win at Arizona 33-27. Utah they beat 24-21 at home. They go to Ames. I think is it Ames? Iowa State's in Ames. I think Iowa City is where Iowa is, but wins that game. That was an impressive win on the road. Of course, they dropped the game at Texas Tech big time. They rebound against TCU. See, I like this schedule better than I like what I saw from Notre Dame's schedule. But but plus they're in a conference. They're the Big 12 conference. They could be in the Big 12 championship game too. Let's take a look at the Big 12 also at the moment. So let's see. Let's take a look at the Big 12 real quick. At least I get my numbers right. See, here we go. Currently, if BYU wins out, they'll face Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game. So Texas Tech has one game left against West Virginia, to be determined. We don't even know when that damn game is being played.
It might be in 2 weeks. Who knows? take a look at Oklahoma, because that's the team that they're supposed to be playing in the 8-9 matchup.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to look at BYU. I wanted to look at Texas Tech, the Big 12, real quick. We'll take a look at Oklahoma. I think we'll see. But to finish up for BYU at Cincinnati, this is a night game on Fox. I mean, Cincinnati just come off a loss to Arizona. I mean, BYU's got a tough game with that. And, of course, hosting UCF should be an easy win. UCF is not what they have been before. Now, what did you say to go see?
Yeah, so that 8-9 matchup, the team that they're supposed to be playing against in this first round, Oklahoma.
Okay, let me get there.
Now you're fighting for a home field advantage between these two.
By the way, while we're looking at it, I've got the SEC right here. Take a look here. A&M, A&M will be in the game because Texas lost the second game. That was a threat. If Texas beat A&M, they could actually get in. But Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama. Georgia beat Ole Miss. Alabama beat Georgia. And I think Alabama beat Ole Miss. So I would guess that Alabama has a tiebreaker. Let me double check that. I make sure my memory is good. See who their conference loss was to. Yeah, lost to Georgia. Let's see. Oh, no, Ole Miss did not play.
They don't play
Alabama. All right. Well, let's take a look at Oklahoma then now. Okay, Oklahoma.
So you got to click on their icon one more time. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, this is the team that is supposed to be neck and neck with Notre Dame. Okay, they beat Michigan, 15th ranked, which was a little high. Then they had to play Auburn.
It was ranked at the time.
Yeah. Beat them. Lost to Texas. Beat South Carolina. Lost one to Ole Miss. Beat Tennessee. Beat Alabama. And you're telling me me that 4 ranked wins deserves that's I can't say what I'm thinking right now on YouTube. This is a family show.
You're talking about Notre Dame? Dame's 4? Yeah. Well,
no. Oklahoma has 4 ranked wins.
5 actually. 5.
Okay.
15, 22, 14, 4, and 22.
Okay, 5 ranked wins, even better.
Well, 4 for now, and then 5 this week if they win. Sorry, my bad.
Well, yeah, okay. But you're telling me that gets you an 8th, and then Notre Dame 9. Let's stop scrap right now.
That's what we're talking, JT. About to blow your mind, I think.
Yeah.
Well, now I tell you what, I do not know. I need to look it back up.
Sasha.
But Sasha, hey, yeah, sports. Hey, don't worry. We'll maybe do an international sports in a few weeks. We get past American football season. Good to see you, Sasha. I just it'll be interesting to see how they do this. I like I said, see who gets left out. And of course, I have not heard any more talk about the 16-team playoff. I think that deadline has passed for next year. I'm not sure. The talk was at one point there could be a 16-team playoff as early as next year. But of course, the Big Ten and the SEC are at loggerheads, and it surrounded a 9-game conference schedule, which the SEC is adapting. Which I'll talk about that in a little bit. About one of the losses is something really good coming up. Well, let's take a quick look at the games around the nation last week, and then we'll take a quick look at around what's coming up this week. Of course, Maction, Kent State, and Akron. Kent won in overtime. Western Michigan pulled out a close one over Ohio. Of course, UMass. What's significant about Northern Illinois at UMass was UMass is one of the worst teams in the nation and has been for years. That the big thing that made Twitter was they kicked a field goal and they set off the fireworks.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You got to have something to cheer about. You got them all set up. You got to fire them at least once. You can't unload the fireworks, can
and
you?
Just so you know, before this game results at the end of the day today, Western is on the top of that conference. And Ohio is number 3.
Wow.
So that was a big win.
I'm guessing Toledo's probably second. So
Toledo's number 4.
Oh, wow. Who's second?
Central Michigan has come a long way from the back of the conference at number 2.
Well, you might have a Western Central matchup in the MAC championship game.
Hated rivals.
The Chippewas.
Hated rivals.
Chippewas. I know. I can't believe McElwain even got fired from that play. Jeez, that guy.
It's such that when I was in school, I didn't even go to Western or Central, and the dorms would just empty out for the Western Central game weekend.
Oh,
everybody would go to party.
That's kind of like Malaysian soccer. Sashi said, "Don't cover Malaysian soccer though; it's in trouble with FIFA. Imagine being worse than FIFA. Malaysians don't really care about local soccer much anyway." I will take you up on that, Sashi. Good to see you again tonight. Of course, Minnesota loses at Oregon 42-13. Clemson upsets Louisville. 20th ranked Louisville loses at home. Again, loses at home. This is why it's frustrating with somebody like Dabo Swinney. You know, you lose games at home that you should win, lose games that you win, they go on the road and you upset a team like Louisville, you know?
Yeah.
Again, in Gainesville, if there's no Lane Kiffin, I'll take Dabo Swinney if they decide they want to get rid of him. I'll also take Jeff Brom from Louisville because he's got – yeah, they only scored 19 now, but he's always a good, prolific quarterback. And I'm okay with it, you know, but I had never thought I'd say Lane Train, but, you know, we need a coach in Gainesville that's got an edge. I mean, even Urban Meyer had an edge himself.
He might be coming back.
I'd take him back. I'd take anybody that could cause us to win again. I mean, that's how bad. Yeah, because
what about O.J. Simpson? Did you take him as coach?
No, he's dead.
Is he?
So yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know O.J. passed away years ago?
No, I thought he was still around committing crime.
No, O.J. passed away years ago.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Not years ago. It was last April.
Well, it seems like years ago. I mean, because he took forever to find the killers. So.
Well, yeah. Anyway, if he did it,
yeah, theoretically,
if he did it as the head coach.
Well, he did say that he was finding the killers, but
yeah.
The Ohio State University walks off again, 48-10 win. This game did not have Nico. I'm going to leave you, but you know it's still they were overmatched. Yeah. Indiana struggled early against Wisconsin. This game stayed close through halftime, and then Indiana pulls away the second half, 31-7 win. Okay.
West
Cagle. Good to see you tonight, West Cagle. How are you doing? Good to see you, dude. Tomorrow night I'll be live with West Cagle at 8 p.m. So make sure to make plans to attend that.
Don't get over that one though. Attend it.
South Carolina goes on the road. Texas A&M wins 31-30. In one of the oddest, most bizarre games I've seen. It featured a school record comeback in the second half by Texas A&M. South Carolina led this game 30-3 at halftime. Marcel Reed looked incompetent. The whole A&M team looked incompetent. They were booing and all. And they proceeded to score 28 unanswered in the second half to win this game 31-30, making the school's largest comeback victory in school history. I would not have believed it had I not watched it, JT.
I wouldn't have believed it either. 28-0.
I'm sitting there. It was 30-3 actually. 30. Oh yeah, 28-0 in the second half. Yeah, I'm sitting there just relaxing, lounging in the bed on Saturday afternoon. I'm like, God, I'm just going to go to sleep to this. The next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, watch them do this, and I'm like, yep, they did. Once you saw it happen, you could see it. I'll try to do that. I'll try to have them planned up for the West tomorrow. That'll give us something. Oh, God. If OJ was coach, the players would not have to mind the smell surf on Brimstone. Oh, my gosh. Okay, another game, a big game of the week. Yeah, Marcel Reed threw for 439 yards. He looked like a completely different quarterback in the second half, the quarterback that you expect. But A&M stays perfect on the season. 11-ranked Oklahoma goes into Alabama, wins in Tuscaloosa with the help of a fumble return for touchdown and 3 field goals. That's where Oklahoma really on offense is still struggling to do much, but their defense is playing very well and carrying this team. Upsets Alabama 23-21. I mean, kind
of surprised to see this.
Mild upset,
11-4, yeah.
It's a mild upset. Well, what was not an upset was in the great state of Georgia. The Georgia Bulldogs kicked the crap out of the Texas Longhorns 35-10. Arch Manning threw for 251 yards, believe it or not. People have been writing that kid off as a quarterback all at the beginning of the season, but he's starting to play better, at least statistically. But see, right there in that game, he had only 10 points. So still jury's out on Arch Manning. Georgia.
Unhook them horns.
Unhook them horns. Absolutely. Well, the Georgia Bulldogs just continue on doing their thing. They're not sexy. They're not glamorous. They don't score lots of points against people, but they continue to plug along. Oh, Kirby Smart pulled an on when Georgia pulled ahead 11 in the third or fourth quarter. Kirby Smart called an onside kick that Georgia recovered perfectly. Oklahoma had run back. I mean, the Georgia guy the ball didn't even hit any of the Oklahoma players. I mean, they had surrendered that much ground, and the Georgia guy picked it up right in stride. Of course, you can't advance it, but it was just a beautiful play call for Kirby Smart on that case. It really took control of the game there, because I think at that point it became 21-10, and then Georgia drove them for another touchdown. Texas Tech slaughters UCF. Florida goes on the road at Lane Kiffin. See, the typical thing with this team under the Billy Napier era, and it's still the Billy Napier era because you got the same coaches and everybody, same offense really this run. Florida scored 20 points in the first half, 21 points first half. Florida had a 21-20 lead, or was down 24. I think they were down 24-20. I can't remember the score at halftime. It was like yay first half, and the second half Florida did absolutely nothing.
You knew, yeah. You knew that was going to happen.
It was over. And Depot, ahoy! Right. The Ohio State is now represented. We blew through that thing so fast, Yeah, we did talk more about UCLA because Nico, I'm going to leave you, didn't show up. He was out for that game.
He left him. Yeah.
With that Clona Steve Spurrier. See, I'd take the Clona Steve Spurrier. That's cool. Anybody get under people's gears.
You went to the Palpatine planet to go get them, but
yeah, exactly. So like I say, Florida's year soon to come to a merciful end, but I will watch the game. I will talk about the game this week with Tennessee, because the following week is Florida State, and it's like, who gives a flying fornication in Florida this year? Because they both suck. 9th ranked Notre Dame does go on the road. It has an impressive win at Pittsburgh, a team that many had some hopes for. Really, but Notre Dame showed their talent in this game, I will say. They jumped out to 21-0 lead really quick. They got all on Pittsburgh and didn't let them get comfortable in this game. Oh, Tim from FKC 2005. Some idiot wants the playoff to be 24 teams. That's way too much. 8 would have been better at most. It'd be the conference champions plus 3 at large. That's exactly what people used to put for with an 8-team model. Talk is about 16 next year, maybe. I could live with 16.
I could live with 16 as well.
And do away with the first round buys.
This year of 16 would be in, and it would be even better without Notre Dame.
Yes, exactly. Notre Dame, who is taking the rightful place of one great BYU that should be in the playoffs already.
Or one great Vanderbilt.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. It's our BYU fan.
Yes.
Sam, that's why I know.
That's why. I know
that's why I was going BYU, not Vanderbilt.
Well, yeah.
I know. Sorry about that. Hey, Sam, good to see you tonight, friend. Oh gosh, Depot even says even more. 6 teams enough, 4 at large, and 2 buys. Yeah, 2 good buys. I know, but good to see you. Yeah, we talked a lot about BYU a little bit earlier. So, of course, speaking of BYU, they crushed Texas Christian University. Bear Bachmar with another 296 yards passing. I tell you, this team does better when he can throw the ball too, not just run. Of course, BYU has a couple games left coming up. The road game at Cincinnati this week could be tough, but they really need to win out if they're going to have any. They either need to win out or win the conference championship game to make the playoffs. But I tell you what, it's looking like, as we said earlier, that it'll be BYU and Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game if things hold out. So, yes, this is sad you missed the BCS. Yeah, that thing caused a lot of controversy.
I don't at all.
What do you not like? What do you not miss the BCS?
The BCS was so archaic, and there were just a lot of teams that ended up getting screwed out of a matchup because why we're hating on Notre Dame tonight was even worse because Michigan would pass up Michigan State, when Michigan State would have better records and all kinds of crap like that.
And Alabama would be up with
fair.
And Alabama be up with Notre Dame passing everybody too.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, this was a fun game to watch. TCU has definitely fallen off from a couple years ago when they played for a national title against Georgia. Oh my, that was an interesting championship game. I'm just like horrible. That was worse than the Nebraska-Florida game from the 90s. But keep an eye on BYU this week again at Cincinnati. Could be an upset special though. Cincinnati now lost to Arizona, so at home in Cincinnati, that's what's dangerous for BYU in this next game. Speaking of the great state of Utah, it's the Utah Utes went on the road, beat Baylor 55-28. Of course, NC State in the battle of the ACC gets crushed at Miami. A nice win. You know what? 41-7 for Miami over North Carolina State. But that just makes Georgia Tech's loss to North Carolina State even worse. Of course, it was a road game, but still, you see these other teams that just maul at North Carolina State, but then Georgia Tech loses to them, which Georgia Tech, see, I love this team. I love watching 2 quarterbacks I love to watch, Bear Bachmeier and Haynes King for Georgia Tech. But the problem is, this Georgia Tech team in the last few weeks, how do you almost lose to Boston College even on the road?
I don't know.
And they had to come back and win it at the end of the game. They had to rally from 11 with about 2 minutes left. That's how bad it was. So, of course, I would like to. We'll have to see who represents the ACC in the playoffs, because at this point it looks like they and the Big 12 only get 1 representative each. So, but Haynes King throws for Haynes King, when he has to throw for 371 yards, Georgia Tech's not playing their best. That means they're in a dogfight or having to win, because Georgia Tech, even though he can throw the ball, they don't like throwing the ball that much. They like the balance, and if they have to throw the ball too much, it means they're playing from behind, which they were doing there. So, yep, fans. Yep, fans. I've heard a bowl director talk about that, and when they looked at matchups like here, they were looking at how they traveled. That is a factor. So, let's see. We got your friend Iowa. Iowa had a 21-10 lead in this game, and I'm like, holy crap! Iowa's scoring points today. They might get 40. Nope, they stopped. USC comes back, wins this game 26-21. 7th-ranked Trojans, the men of Troy, up in the Iowa Hawkeyes. Just poor Iowa. Just will they ever have a quarterback? Will they ever have an offense? Will they ever score points?
They're stuck on the same coaching family.
Yeah.
And until they get moved on to something new, that'll never happen.
No. Well, one of the teams that make me mad this year that I really, really like to hate, Michigan, ends up in a game at Wrigley Field. They pull out a last-second field goal to beat Northwestern 22.
I told you that game was dangerous, did I not?
Yes, you did.
That was like they're playing at Northwestern. The weather's supposed to stop.
No, they actually played at Wrigley Field this time.
Well,
it was one of those games, but it was a Northwestern home game. But Bryce Underwood managed to throw for 280 yards. That's one of the biggest numbers I've seen him throw for this year. But Northwestern just, obviously not enough offense to beat Michigan. You know, you called it. It was a trap game for Michigan, and they struggled with it. So,
right.
Virginia goes on the road at Duke. It wins this one pretty easily, which, of course, now you're wondering about Dabo Swinney and Clemson. Had Duke at home and lost a 46-45 shootout. So, of course, New Mexico State gets a paycheck game at 23rd ranked Tennessee. Rocky Top, woo! Rocky Top, Tennessee. Yeah, you guys got schooled by the Ohio State University last year when JT and I put some faith in you clowns. But
yeah,
I do respect Tennessee because of people like Bell and some of our friends on our channel that like Tennessee. Navy, here you go. The American Conference eats itself. South Florida goes on the road at Navy, loses this game. In spite of Byron Brown's 327 yards, Navy wins 41-38 this week. So, it's just it's interesting to see how. I mean, Tulane beats Memphis. Memphis beats USF. USF beats Memphis. Navy beats USF. I might be out of the order with the way, but the whole thing is everybody beats everybody at least once. But hard to. Does anybody know? And yes, Jess, it was at Wrigley. Sam, if you are listening still, I've never thought to ask this question, but it's something that has bothered me. Why the heck does Navy have the star above the N? I've never. It's always bugged. It's always bugged the crap out of me. But it's like there's a star above the N. I don't know if that's just a football athletic logo or if it's an official Navy logo. I don't know. So if anybody has an answer on that, please let me know. Because I'm like, it's like you don't see any other team with a star above them. I mean, you got the Bear claw above the C in Cincinnati, but that's not a big deal. But
I thought that was a Guy Fieri throw.
Could be.
But hey.
Yeah, all I know is one thing I do, and people, please forgive me if you disagree. That Cincinnati chili is crap. I mean, we went up there 10 years ago, whatever. We heard all about the Cincinnati chili because it's made, I think it has nutmeg or cinnamon in it or both. It's like, that's not chili. It's just not like Southern chili. It just, of course, they put it on spaghetti, on bread, or whatever else. Sam, what I was going to say, my question, do you know why, do you know why that star on Navy is there with their athletics? Okay. If you know what there's there, I don't know. Maybe it's just an athletic thing. Yeah. Cinnamon for certain. I think both. Yeah. I think it is both, people, but all I know is we didn't like it. One other quick game. Arizona upsets Cincinnati, as we mentioned before, goes on the road to Cincinnati, up ends the Bearcats, throwing the Big 12 in the further chaos. And leading up for BYU going into Cincinnati this week. Can they, will Cincinnati upend BYU? We don't know how that goes. We will see as we talk about games coming up. I'm not sure how much longer JT has with me, but I will keep going at times. But I do know that JT wanted to talk about the good old Penn State-Michigan State game. Penn State goes in this game, wins this game 28-10. Let's take a look at the stats real quickly.
So
Penn State gets its first conference win of the year, improving to 4-6, 1-6 in the Big Ten, while Sparty stays at. Hold on a second, I gotta. There you go. I got to make sure that doesn't play so I don't get in trouble. There you go. I want to look at the box score here. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
numbers,
so folks. Why did I give anything about this game? Well, my alma mater won, but two, this is one of two times where they'll actually be on TV, like broadcast television. So I actually got to watch them. Three, Dadman told me, oh, because of that, you should watch one game this year. And okay, I'll do this. I'll do this. 4, both of these teams did not have a single conference win on the year. So someone had to walk away with a conference win. You weren't going to have 3 losers in the conference because one of these teams had to win. And Penn State hadn't won a game in 2 months. Michigan State hadn't won a game in 2 months. So somebody had to let the other team win. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I look at these numbers: 8 of 13 passing for Penn State, 127 yards, but then gave up 240 yards on the road. The Alessio Milivojevic guy only 128 yards passing.
Yeah, Slobodan Milosevic out here.
Yeah, 101 yards. I mean, still back to anemic offense.
101 yards rushing to 240 yards rushing. This doesn't even tell the story, folks. It was tied 7-7 first half. Michigan State went up by 3 more, so it was 10-7 at halftime. And that was it. That was it for the whole rest of the game. Third quarter, I don't think anyone scored at all either. They just punted back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Traditional Big Ten football. Sorry, JT.
And I'm sitting here going, okay, anytime anyone wants to convert on downs, that would be great. Any day now, guys. First down at all. The worst thing about this, Dadman, was you took out the Michigan State starting quarterback for this week. Okay. Giles is gone. He's done. You bring in Milosevic here. And fourth quarter, he gets hit twice in a row, back-to-back plays. Bam. Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty. One of them was a spot foul. So you really, in 2 plays, you moved about 60 yards down the field. You're at something like right at the cusp of the red zone. At this point, you could kick a field goal and go up like 13-7, something like that. Make it competitive. Okay.
Yep.
The next play after that, they hit him again, and he just fumbles the ball. And after that, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, really? Effing really?
Well,
the refs give you 60 yards, and you can do nothing with it. Absolutely nothing with it. They couldn't throw the ball to save themselves. They couldn't run the ball to save themselves. How do you get 100 yards total of rushing offense? 100.
Well, Gruckmeyer for Penn State threw a 75-yard touchdown pass. That was almost 3/4 of his yards on one play. It was a 14-10 halftime score. No more scoring till the fourth quarter. And then
here's another one.
2 touchdowns.
You have 1 minute left in the game. Your quarterback was sacked 4 times in the last 3 minutes of the game. One of those ending up in a fumble. You have 1 minute left. You're down 28-10. You are like 70 yards from the end zone with one minute left. It's 4th down and 18. And you decide, I'm going to play again. I'm going to make my quarterback, who is limping around on the field because he's been hit so many times he can't even feel his arm. They're taping up his arm.
Who said that? Milosevic
trying to throw it. Yeah. Your quarterback is so beat up to hell that it's 4th and 18, 70 yards to go. You're down 28-10 with a minute left. And instead of, running the ball for 2 yards, like you guys love to do, or punt it,
or put the backup quarterback
because he is the backup quarterback. put in the third string quarterback.
Yeah.
Do something other than what you did. And what happened on fourth down? He gets clocked.
That sounds like what happened in the NFL to Carson Wentz.
Uh-huh.
With one of the players. I mean, it was brutal and it's embarrassing that they put the kid in there like that. And I know he's getting paid and all, but that guy was getting he physically was falling apart. His arm was dragging and stuff. And I mean, the union ought to be upset about that.
Well,
that guy
man, even the commentary said, "Oh, I don't know why you would do this."
Yeah, I remember that.
Best quarterback you have.
Yeah.
Why do you even have him in for that? Why would you do this? And then they said, "And John Smith, you're supposed to be a former quarterback as the coach doing this." And I was like, "Oh damn!"
I saw John Smith play as a quarterback. He was a great quarterback.
And that's how you look after your quarterback is to meaningly. It was just meaningless.
Well, I tell you what, I'll take him. I'll take him back in Corvallis if you don't want him. So
I don't. I'm like, you aren't going to win this game.
No.
You aren't even going to convert on the first down because you haven't done that yet this whole day. Even if you get the first down, you don't really have enough time to get to the end of the end zone and put up 7 points, maybe 8, and you're still down 12.
Yeah.
You're down like 3 scores at that point.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing here? Foolhardy and stupid. And I'm not going to watch any rest of the season. I may not watch next year because what are you doing with this?
Believe me,
smart.
I
not
get you.
Smart.
I get you. I have that same feeling about Gainesville. That's why I'm not really watching so many games. I'm watching BYU more because they're fun to watch, and I got great people to watch the game with. So,
so Devin, what are you doing? Because the season's done.
Yeah.
He's not bowl eligible. Before,
I'm watching Georgia. I'm watching all these teams that are not my teams, and because my team has no interest. They scored 20 points in the first half, then nothing in the second half. I just know what every week's going to be like. The first half is a mirage when they do show up, and then if they don't show up first half, they get really blown out. Let me
the only reason you're not dead last in the entire conference of 1 million teams in your conference is because Purdue is so bad they have 1 fewer wins than you. And by the way, they could still tie you.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm gonna get off my rant on that.
I want to make sure you got it because And Connie Clear is here. Hey Connie, good to see you. Good to see you. And Sam, yes, I did see you, and I think I'm going to bring this up real quick.
She did answer your question.
Yes, exactly. Let me go here. People think cinnamon, that sugar, that chili. Cincinnati chili is really Greek chili since it's the only real thing that Americans compare it to. Yes. Although local family store version is far. Look, I had Skyline, I believe, and I'd seen Gold Star, and I'm just like, this. I couldn't stand it. I wanted to like it because it's kind of cool, but well, Sam says that start is because they won some sort of special competition against the Army, and that's their way of shoving it in the Army's face all the time. So, Navy has to start over their thing because they won some. Yeah, that's continue to shove it in the Army's face. Yeah, that might be. Yeah, we've actually talked about trying to do something for the Army Navy game. About trying to do a watch party if I can find a way to get it and broadcast it on Cosme or something. Because
you got to find a way to put all of the Army people on one side of your screen and all the Navy people on the other side of your screen.
I believe, I think fun. I think Sam comes from the heavy Army side, but hey, I'll go Navy for my grandfather who was in the Navy / Marines. So, but we'll do it. That sounds like something fun to do. But I just got to make it work. I got to have Mrs. helping. Those also had sugar and chocolate. Yeah, they add all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they do in Cincinnati. It's weird. It's really, really weird. And hey,
time Republic. Yes.
Hey, I'll take him back in Corvallis. I either want Jonathan Smith or I'm sorry about them. Everybody needs a Hummer. You need a Hummer. I need a Hummer. Hey, tell them about it, JoJo. I'm Edge and go Tigers.
Oh, so you'll also love this Michigan State football news. They had to vacate like all their wins from the past 3 seasons because the guy that got kicked out of there for cause he can't keep damn hands to himself.
Yeah.
He was caught recruiting illegally, so now they have to vacate all their wins.
That's
anyway.
bad to suck that badly and still have to give up your losses. Small Town Republic, good to see you today. I still have hope that you guys will beat Bama. I still have some hope.
Yeah.
Because
we want Vandy in, so
we want Vandy and we want BYU
War Eagle.
in.
War Eagle all the way.
Yeah. Damn War Eagle, as they say.
Or
War Damn Eagle. Sorry, it's War Damn Eagle, I think. Yeah.
I want your thoughts on this, okay? Because I'm very against doing this, and people around here seem to try to talk themselves into this.
Mel Tucker, a Saban disciple.
Yeah. Is he? I know he came from Colorado.
Chewy said Michigan State had to vacate wins. No freaking way. Yes, they did.
Yeah, Michigan for stealing signs got to promote their coach to the NFL and make it all go away. And Michigan State had to vacate all their wins.
Yep. Let me hit one that Sam said real quick. Specifically, a gold star known as the North Star, the N-Star, is awarded to any Navy varsity team that defeats Army in the sport designated as a star competition, such as football, basketball, or baseball. And she said, so hubby is an Army guy, but my family are Navy, so the Army-Navy game is fun. It would be fun to just have a watch party just to watch your whole family and listen to them on that thing. That's hilarious. Yeah. But yes, Michigan State did get punished, believe it or not.
Yep.
We're going to punish them. We're not going to punish Alabama or Michigan or the Ohio State University. Sorry, Deeple. Actually, I'm thinking Notre Dame, but anyway, but go ahead. What was your question?
So here's the thing. I hear people locally try to talk themselves into how they think this is a good idea. I hate it. But next week, Michigan State's going to lose to whoever they're playing. Then they get to lose to Maryland. And instead of hosting Maryland at home in Spartan Stadium with a capacity of 75,000, they are going to Ford Field in Detroit, which is like an hour and a half to 2 hours away, to go play where the Lions play. Okay.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind, even if Michigan State was first, or is where Indiana is, okay, let's say they're second overall ranked or whatever, who still wants to go to 2 hours away to go watch them play at Ford Field, which, by the way, has 10,000 fewer seats,
and have to go into Detroit itself?
Yeah.
Pay
way more for parking. By the way, your students aren't there, so F your student section.
Yeah.
Because how many of them are going to have the money to go do that? It's not like the students get a discount for these tickets. Okay, thank you, Deeple.
I remember that guy. Even down here,
dumb idea. A really dumb idea.
There's a really bad Big Ten commissioner. They didn't they force him out? Like they encouraged him to leave.
I can't even remember what happened with him. My whole thing is this too. The towns where these universities are depend on the economies for these football games to help make them stay in the black for the whole rest of the year.
Yep.
A lot of these restaurants and hotels and all the rest. Instead, you're just going to take one away, put it in a neutral site in downtown Detroit where they don't need that because they've already got multiple sports there all year round.
Well, at least in this case, Georgia Tech is still playing in Atlanta, so it's not so bad for travel.
Sure, I get the in-town thing. This is not in town.
Yeah, but he thinks it's all possibly NIL related, probably. Yeah.
So I have a buddy. Well, I have multiple people that are.
Depot said Michigan State has a great stadium too.
Yeah, they do. Thank you, Deeple. I really like it. I like it better than the Big House, not just because they're rivals, but they have a second tier that you can watch the games. You're more vertical, but you can still see the field. Where you go to the Big House, they just keep adding a ring of seats around the outside. Every time somebody else tries to build a bigger stadium, they have to have more seats. They just build one giant ring around the outside. So by the time you're halfway up, you got to bring those Opera House binoculars just to be able to see the football in the stadium because you're sitting so far away. But anyway,
It says Auburn plays a home game at Mercedes-Benz next year for extra NIL cash. It's sickening.
Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Yeah, Deeple agrees. Big House for watching a football game sucks. It just it does.
Depot said if NIL related to OSU Michigan, it'd be played somewhere else. So yes, I do like Wade. Wade, I like your plan. UCLA, Stanford, Arizona should go back to the Pac-12. I agree. Oregon, Washington could stay in the Big Ten. USC should go independent. I think USC should go into the new revamped Pac-12. Pac-12 would want to take them though, because I mean, give yourself credence and stuff. Yeah. No team in this modern age should be independent. Like Notre Dame, they should be in a conference. If you don't want to be in a conference, you don't qualify for the playoffs. Or we set your schedule where you play 4 top 10 teams every year.
Mm-hmm.
At least, if you're going to play a bunch of Sisters of the Poor the rest of the year, then that. And Wade, it's good to see you. Good idea on that. I've heard rumors about USC going independent.
The dead man. I got friends that are Lions season ticket holders. They're being offered free tickets for that game.
Yeah.
So what money are they making?
God, that's horrible.
What money are they making?
Yeah.
They're not. You may not even break even as a venue if people don't buy enough beer.
Oh no, I agree. You got to sell enough parking and everything else. And wait, I did hear about the Big Ten crisis with USC. That there's some talk about USC going independent because they're not happy. They're there. I don't know. I've seen some of that though lately. Some buzzing around. I don't know how serious it is, but there's been some.
Who are they going to play if they go independent?
Well, that's the problem. You go back if you leave, you go back either to Big 12 or you go to back to the Pac-12. You need. Not everybody's Notre Dame. Notre Dame is like the only team that can pull that stunt off because of the nationwide. I will say BYU did well with it, and BYU could, because have you seen BYU fans travel? They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They showed up at the game at East Carolina. They showed up in force in North Carolina. I mean, they're almost as national as Notre Dame is. When they are part of the Church of Latter-day Saints. You understand it. It's just really interesting, to see.
Yeah. They play in a conference. Mm-hmm. It is possible, right? It is possible. Yep. So, Devin, what do you think? Should these teams be booking these NFL stadiums that are nowhere near the hometown?
No, I don't think they should. Here's my thing: is you should have. Let me see. Let me hit this comment while I'm thinking. The Big Ten is trying to pay OSU, Michigan, PSU more than other schools in media rights revenue. Not fair to other schools. Exactly. It should be equal revenue sharing through all the schools. You can't play favorites with some but not the others. And it's schools like USC. That's why there's talk about that Clemson, North Carolina, Florida State are not happy in the ACC and want to leave also because of bringing in the riffraff from the other conferences. And it's taken away their dollars and their revenues. So it's about money, folks. It is about money. It is about money at the end of the day. I will say that I like one or two. Well, see, here's the problem is we got now week 0. We got Monday to Saturday football now and all this stuff. And I do like the Labor Day weekend game. You should have one or two of those, like, call them preseason kickoff or kickoff classic games where they actually play and they're featured the week before the start of the regular season. I don't mind in the first week or two, but after that, get rid of the neutral site games, except for those that have existing
championships.
No, but the thing is that those that exist, like Oklahoma, Texas, and the Red River rivalry, Florida, Georgia, and Jacksonville. Some of those are born in neutral site games that have history. But these things that are now out to finance Jerry's world and all this other stuff, I agree with you. It's silly to have those games.
I don't even know if that game will be on a TV channel that anyone gets. It's going to be on ESPN 19.
Yeah, probably so.
And so they're not making TV money. You're not making ticket money. Where's this so-called paycheck?
Yeah. I know.
I don't see it. And I think it's shameful. I really think it's shameful. I want the AD gone, and I want the coach gone.
Yeah. And see, like I'm kind of like Deeple. I'm okay with some neutral games, but like right now, it's the ones that have history that are tied to rivalries and stuff that I like, the neutral site games. I mean, giving up. It's like the Jaguars when they started doing it with giving up one home game every year.
To go play
in London.
UK.
Yeah. And like, and I hear from my friend in the UK, or Anna tells us the people there don't really care. I mean, you see a full stadium, but they're the ranking file average British citizens watching a Premier League or something else. They're not
about half of it's Americans that just happen to live in the
UK, or they can afford to travel over there. So yeah. Let's see. But let's see. He's okay having some neutral games, but having that one major neutral game like OSU TCU a few years ago at Jerry World instead of a home and home. Yeah, exactly. So,
but even that at Jerry's World, that's almost a whole home game.
I'm going to let you go off on Wade on this one if you want to.
Laugh at Michigan State.
He's talking about Mel Sucker.
Oh yeah.
Well, they also took the old Beavers coach Jonathan Smith, so
and they paid Mel Tucker so much money for him not having ever proven himself, because they wanted to say it was like so cool to have this really impressive black coach and all this
and
stuff.
He was good in the
NFL.
He
wasn't even the school's first black head football coach.
Right.
And I'm like, so why are we who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, you like small towns.
I tell you what, they pioneered it back in the Big Ten in the 50s. They were taking the African American players that Michigan wouldn't and beating their ass up and down in the 50s because of all of that. That's when it mattered. It didn't matter now. They didn't do the right character background on Mel Tucker, and look what they got.
Yep.
Look what they got. They need to get rid of the entire athletic department up and down.
Yep. Well, Chewy doesn't mind games in college to go and play overseas, especially what occurred Kansas State, Iowa State. Yeah, the dad of Kansas State quarterback got a fight with one of his own sons. Yeah. My gosh. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to quickly point out, since Chewy's still around, LSU came from behind to beat Arkansas this week. We have the start of the Michael Van Buren era at LSU, but they start off really slowly. They fell behind 14-0 before LSU tied. They took it's a 14-0 before LSU finally came back and took at halftime they took a 16-14 lead on the strength of 3 field goals in the second quarter. They traded touchdowns in the third and fourth quarter. Really, LSU, I don't know, really another one of those disappointing teams from this year but they managed to get a win at least against the struggling Razorbacks. Taylor Green was 11 to 19, 165 yards for Arkansas with 2 picks. Michael Van Buren in his first start, 21, 31, 221 yards and a touchdown. Also ran for 36 yards. So, I hate what happened to Garrett Nussmeier. I mean, I hate when a senior falls apart like the way he did. But, there's so many reasons and problems that have led to the problem with LSU. Brian Smelly, those issues, the line problems, the strength issues of coach. Also, the latest I've heard, and Chewy, feel free, I mean, if you're in the know of it in small time, one of the things that I heard last week on a podcast short was that apparently LSU is going to move for firing Kelly with cause, even though they supposedly had let him go the week before. Now they're saying the athletic director. They're saying the athletic director did not have the authority to fire Kelly. So it's going to be interesting to see how the lawyer. That's why he's now sued for the $54 million.
Oh hell yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would. The way the governor was interfering, like all this stuff.
I mean,
you got to pay him. What's the cause?
Oh, look, he offered to take less. he offered to take less. Why don't you freaking pay him less? I mean, not everybody does that, but apparently I think the buyout was 54. He was okay with 34, but they wanted to offer 30 or something like, or 20 something. And it's like, look,
he came down a ton.
He came down quite a bit.
And be done with it.
Sometimes you pay them to go away. Otherwise, why do we even have buyouts in the contracts?
Right.
I mean, FSU's regretting it. They got a guy with $50 million who only coached at Memphis. No offense, Chewy. I know you like Memphis, but still, he had success at Memphis and automatically gets a $50 million buyout. Hell, look at Louisiana. Billy Napier, clap, shift. He got 20-something million. Who? These athletic directors should be personally responsible for these contracts, or whoever hires them and put these buyouts in there. They're killing college football because then you get stuck with a coach you don't want, like FSU right now. They truly can't afford to get rid of him because they don't have the boosters like a school like Florida or Alabama have. They don't have the deep pockets. They're even their coaches theoretically the highest state employee because they pay mostly from state salary and then add on from the foundation. Unlike Florida, where it's almost all paid out of the foundation, it's private money. Yeah.
My whole thing on that is yeah.
Oh yeah. John L. Smith, Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sumrall, that name is that the SMU guy?
I don't know.
Sumrall, is that SMU's coach? So. Yeah, it could be another Napier, Norvell. Absolutely.
You know what's going to happen to my school though, right? They'll wait till after next year. They're not going to get rid of John Smith in like game 3 or game 4. They're going to wait till the end of the season after the other schools have all moved on better coaches. And then they'll realize they can't have another 2-win season. So they'll get rid of him. And the only person they're going to be able to find is Billy Napier.
Sorry.
That's the level of clown car.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
In East Lansing. So
I got it. Hey, by the way, the Beavers lost again. Woohoo! Actually, the Beavers season is so bad that they even there was a tweet out or something out that Oregon State fired its own interim head coach. But I had to go prove that it was not true.
Here's another good stat from this game I keep talking about, that Michigan State-Penn State game. Second team this season with an interim head coach that John Smith lost to. How do you do that? Why did they pay him? Why do they pay him at that point? He's interim head coaches. Take your lunch.
Yeah,
anyway.
Hey, don't monk. I don't run no 7 homers. You need a homer. I need a homer. Tell them about it, JoJo. Go Tigers. I love Ed Orgeron. I either want him or I either want Jonathan Smith or I want Ed Orgeron at Oregon State. You think it's crazy? I will say the one thing that I saw about him, and I'm sure he's got dark sides and stuff like that, but he loved whatever school he's coaching at, whether it was Ole Miss or LSU. He was so proud of whatever school he was. And I think and you could see the passion. He loved football and he loved the school that he was coaching for. And, that's what I think is missing with a lot of these coaches, that they don't care about the school they're at. It's all business, transactional, or they don't love the game. It's that type of thing.
Small time.
I know. At least John L. didn't wreck his motorcycle. It was not his missus. It was just the secretary assistant taking notes while he's driving down the road.
So back when that federal tax credit was going to expire, what was that, October 1st? I actually got a deal where I was almost going to get a lease on a Hummer that was like half the price of the regular.
Oh my lease. God! Tell them about it, JT. No, man.
I don't have the accent for it, but it would have been hilarious.
Well, you don't need an accent. You just it doesn't garble. I'm this. We kind of see occasionally like that. He's just mumbling on. Don't go Tigers.
Well, you know, the current Hummers have 3 windshield wipers.
Oh, why?
Because the windshield is so wide and it's not tall. Mm-hmm. So you can't have 2 big ones because it's not tall enough for the whole arc. And but you need bigger ones if you only have 2 because it's so wide. You need to be able to meet the arc that way. So the only way you can do it is to have 3 smaller ones. Anyway.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. Just give me a couple minutes. But yeah, that is interesting. That is what a great chat. Oh, gosh. Well, cool. Small Time said, my old baseball teammates potentially leading Western Michigan to a MAC title. Lance Taylor. Proud of him. How about that, JT?
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice. Very nice.
Deeple's like, would it have survived a Michigan winter? Or the construction?
The Hummers are really not. You know, I still see a ton of H2s even to this day. People that bought those H2s really took care of them, and I still see quite a few of them. I don't actually see as many H3s as H2s, maybe because they didn't sell as many. But
all I know is I want a Hummer with a machine gun on top, so this lady could drive the Hummer and I could shoot the machine gun. Hey, Mrs.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can indeed.
Good. How are you doing, JT? Nice to see you.
Good to see you too. It's been longer than I can recall since we were on a stream together.
I know it's been a while. It has been a while.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a 750 celebration. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Fortnite with people or what I'm going to do.
Have you reached 750?
Yeah, it is held for 2 days.
The third time.
The third time, yes.
Yeah.
But JT, what's his score? Depot said I was watching the Western Michigan game earlier with his dad, but they were losing to NIU pretty bad.
Oh, were they? They were up at one point. Let me go get back to the score. Western Michigan football defeated Northern Illinois 35-19.
Okay, cool. Well, cool. Yay, Western Michigan. Oh, Depot is referring to the H1, so.
Oh, the H1s. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I still want a gun on top. What do you think, Mrs.? Do you want to shoot the gun or do you want to drive the Hummer?
I'll drive. You'll run into gas stations.
That works. Okay. I can just panic fire everywhere. Well, JT, any last thoughts? I know you need to go, but thanks for joining me tonight.
Sorry. My ride's going to turn into a pumpkin here pretty soon, so I need to depart. The only real thing that I was going to say is go Vandy for this weekend. Rooting for them as a Cinderella underdog team. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That'll do it. Thank you for letting me vent about that trash Michigan State game for like 20 minutes.
I know. I'm glad I was able to get to be able to do that. So, hey, listen, if we ever need I think some misses coming in, we appreciate it. But JT, you have a good evening and rest up.
Thank you. You both. It's good to see you, Mrs. And
thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you both later. Thanks.
Bye. Good seeing you. Have a good evening.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. That was the great JT Kirk. Mrs., what happened to our names underneath us?
Oh, you go to Style and you click the button that says Show Display Names.
Why did they ever mess with? Oh, you did it for me.
Because I sometimes take them off when I am doing some of my crafting stuff.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Oh, I tell you what, I could bring her on also one night for football. If JT's not available, this lady, you've got to next time when I watch a game with her and the family, you've got to get on with me, Mrs. It is. You remember me at your first birthday party and how all your kids were driving me crazy and I couldn't handle it all? It's good, loud chaos craziness with her kids and watching football. I say with that all, you would love it. It's so adorable. So definitely. And you guys are cute yourself, Sam. Thank you so much. For rivalry week, couple weeks, Thanksgiving will be a stream. We will definitely be doing a stream next Tuesday. I don't know.
Are you guys doing a stream next Tuesday?
Yeah, we'll be doing it next Tuesday. It's rivalry week.
Oh,
yes,
Tuesday.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Georgia Tech. There's too many not to have a stream next week. So, that type of thing. Yeah, JT is going to get some rest, badly needed rest. So, yes, exactly. Best part when Baby Cuteness starts chanting BYU.
Oh yeah, I bet.
The only thing that tops it when Baby Cuteness goes, Dad man, singing Dad man. That's even better. But yes. Well, thanks for Mrs. for jumping on with me for a little bit. I'm just going to go through some of the games from last week and talk about a couple games this week. Feel free to jump in, say whatever you want to at any time. We still got 8 people here. We got some on the Twitch side too. So, Oliver Belmonte, welcome. Good to see you. Let me come back to that in a minute. Let me finish last week's games. I will definitely come back to that as soon as I can, especially with the misses here. But good to see you, Oliver. Great question, by the way.
I do want to ask him a question. He's not to clarify. Which longest yard?
Oh, yeah. Which one? The original or the Adam Sandler one? So
the one with Burt Reynolds or the one with Adam Sandler?
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Games last week. My UTEP Miners lost to Missouri State 38-24. Typical UTEP. JT had talked about Penn State, Michigan State. There's one other game I thought that I wanted to talk about here. Oh, Wake Forest and UNC. That's a game that came up. Everybody knows about Bill Belichick and the 26-year-old girlfriend. I guess you didn't know about that, Mrs. Did you?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's the eye candy. It's the joke of college football.
Hey, SPD girl. Sorry.
Yeah, Jess is here. Oh, she's working Monday, off Thursday, Friday, Thanksgiving. Hey, you don't have to work Black Friday. Yay. That's awesome. Well, what was interesting in this game, Wake Forest is bowl eligible at 7-3. You know, the first year of a head coach, they didn't go into the Bill Belichick hype. Carolina's fallen to 4-6 overall. Could make a bowl, but they've got to win 2 games in a row to do that. But what was interesting is with about 20 seconds left in this game, Wake Forest was up 21-12. Well, Belichick called a timeout. It was 3rd and goal. So what does Wake Forest do? They could have run out. The game could have ended. The game would have ended with no timeout. And it's 2 scores up at 9 points. You know what Wake Forest did? They ran the
timeout.
No, they ran a real play, ran the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. They ran up the score.
Well, good for them.
Exactly. Game ain't over, you know. I love that attitude. But yeah, that was what was interesting in this game that I wanted to cover last week. That it just was boring game, but hey, give Wake credit. They're bowl eligible this year. They've looks like they're stepping up in the program. James Madison crushes Appalachian State 58-10, and I think that's about all that I really wanted to talk about. Because Missouri dispatched Mississippi State 49-27, pretty easy. FSU crushed Virginia Tech 34-14. Really no good-looking games out west, except unless you're a BYU fan, and they win again, of course. But yeah, that's all we got from last week. So, all right, before we take a look at this week's games real quickly, because there is one game I want to spend some time on. I'm jacked. We're at almost an hour and a half, and I got you over an hour and a half, and I got you here. So,
all right.
Now the available deals are spread out and available online. It's not bad in store on Black Friday, and I'm on Delhi anyways, so it slowed my area that day. I miss Black Fridays when all the pallets out there and the heck with all the online stuff. I like the crowds, especially when they run.
I love online.
I love it when they run to get computers in a office supply store and then realize the computer's behind the front counter. But anyway, all right. Oliver's question, and Oliver, Mr. Belmonte, can you clarify what the missus asked? The new longest yard with
Well, I will answer it with both ways.
He prefers the original. So let's go off the original.
So he's referring the original. Okay. Yeah. Okay, from the ones that I've seen most of them. Quite surprisingly. Yes, Fallout. They've online shopping all the way. With What Is There, I like The Longest Yard first with Burt Reynolds. Then I like Wildcats with Goldie Hawn. Then I like The Replacements. And then We Are Marshall and Remember the Titans either. And I honestly have not seen Any Given Sunday, so I cannot rate that one.
Yeah, when did you see? I know Wildcats was. I never watched Wildcats. I'm sorry. Maybe I was just.
I loved it because they were the the football team they were awful, and I guess she was like a track coach or something, and she got the job there, and yeah, I liked it. I like Goldie Hawn, so but yeah, Longest Yard, the original, Wildcats, then The Replacements, then We Are Marshall, and Remember the Titans are kind of together, and I have not seen Any Given Sunday.
Well, you've seen more than I've seen because I think I've only seen about 2. I mean, I get people give me crap all the time because they're like, how do you not see these movies and stuff? And I'm like, well, I just didn't, like I tell you is that people, my parents didn't go to movies, and that's kind of where I came from.
I did not watch a lot of these in the movie theaters.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see which way. I think I've only seen 2 of them though. The original Longest Yard. Yeah, the original Longest Yard. And let's see. I'm buffering a second. Sorry. The Longest Yard and The Replacements are the 2 I've watched. I like The Replacements. I did like them. I like it. Marshall was too serious for me, I think. Remember the Titans was kind of serious. I Wildcats, I just didn't like Goldie Hawn. I can't watch. It seemed like it made football silly, but then again, it's like one of our friends is like, "How can you not watch this movie?" And I said, "Because, like, take for example, Nightmare Before Christmas." Because I said I was a jerk. I was young. And I was a jerk male. Mm-hmm. If it didn't involve a football or a real sport, I didn't want to watch it. So Wildcats didn't seem like a real football for me. You agreed to that very quickly, But it's the truth. But it's just like We Are Marshall is based on a tragedy when a plane went down with the Marshall team back then. Those movies are hard for me. Any Given Sunday is really rough and a hard look at.
Isn't that I can't remember what the premise of that one.
It was like I think a normal Sunday afternoon, and I think a rookie quarterback takes over for the starter. Mm-hmm. I think Al Pacino was in it. If I remember correctly.
Of course, I honestly do not remember.
Yeah. Well,
actually, I've never seen it, so I don't even remember the premise.
I will tell you, I really liked the Longest Yard, the original. I didn't mind the remake with Adam Sandler either, but still, you got to have the original Longest Yard.
Well, if it was the Adam Sandler one, I would like the Wildcats Replacements and then the Longest Yard, and then We Are Marshall, Remember the Titans.
I'm getting yelled out again for the chat. Our friend Anna would be proud of you yelling at me that go watch Any Given Sunday. I mean, people like so many times I tell them I've not seen movies and they're like, what? Yeah, Little Giants, but I'm a 90s kid. Yep. Shame. JT had to leave. He's tired tonight. So, hey, the only one he saw in theaters was We Are Marshall. Yeah, it's a good movie from what I heard, but it's based in a real life.
Yeah, I watched the movie. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And
I have trouble dealing with that in my sports movies. I like to keep it serious.
It was kind of inspirational, but it still was sad.
Yeah. It's really a good story if how they resurrected a program like they did after a lot of tragedy. So, sad but good. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Well, that was a great question, folks. Folks, if you like any of those movies Oliver had mentioned, feel free. Tell us what you think with the movies too. I'm going to start to take a look. Yeah, that's what I think. Small Time said you would not like Any Given Sunday, Missus. I think it's a very hard look at the NFL, very in your face,
Yeah.
very rough. I think Pacino and just
I
very
like
gritty and
Pacino. It
yeah,
depends on the topic.
yeah. So, but you never know. But I don't know. All I know is the Cowboys suck. So okay, yeah, it's a very guys movie. Howdy, Jeff. Good to see you tonight. How are you doing? Wow, people still coming in and through here even at this late hour. So, all right, Mrs. Let's take a look at the games this week. You
Oh,
ready?
yay.
All right. Well, we got another Ohio State scrimmage game. Rutgers visits the Horseshoe this week, ready to be sacrificed on the altar of the Ohio State University.
Hey, Ohio State.
Okay, Deeple. Okay, I can't argue with it. I can't argue with it. I just can't argue with it. You're right. And oh, you got off work? Cool. What is about? I keep forgetting. It's what, 6 hours difference from us or 5? So I think it's 5. So that'd be about almost 6 o'clock there. So yeah, another televised practice. I will say that's great with Deeple. He's really honest about his team. Yeah. 4 hours. Okay, that's right. Pacific Coast is 3 or 1 hour back. Okay, got it. Yes, fall out of bed in the playoffs. Hey, but at least you had to play a couple good teams, unlike Notre Dame, who's falling out of bed into the playoffs also with a really anemic schedule. Oh yeah, Depot lives in Ohio. Had the Browns and Bengals to watch. Yes, permanent suffering for that. Oh my gosh, talk about off the cliff. Shadur Sanders wet the bed 4-16 in his pro debut, replacing Dylan Gabriel last week. So it's very interesting to see. And of course, didn't Joe Flacco kind of go up there and have a good performance with the Bengals though? Kind of at least help solidify them, or is that maybe just one game? Of course, we've got hey, Big Boy's listening to you while he does dishes. Just so you know, he's kidnapped my phone. I thought you still had earbuds, so yes, we appreciate that. Yeah, that kid loves his football. He's always asking questions, and it's like, you know how I ask questions. It's so cool. Sanford goes to be sacrificed at Texas A&M. It should be an easy rally after Texas A&M survived South Carolina last weekend in the school's greatest comeback ever. Missouri is at number 11, Oklahoma, also at 12 o'clock. I don't know. Maybe Missouri stands a chance in this game to upset Oklahoma. Not likely with Oklahoma's defense these days, but hey, Missouri's still under Eli Drinkwitz. Please do not go to Florida. I don't really care about him. Just another retread coach. Depends on what kind of offense Missouri can generate in this game on the road at Oklahoma in the 12 o'clock slot. Miami at Virginia Tech, another 12 o'clock offering. Of course, Louisville and SMU at 12 also. Really interesting. They put some of the bigger name ranked schools in the ACC at 12 in the opening. So, yeah, and Depot is correct. Considering the NIL now, Ohio State had the highest payroll last year of like $20 million in college for the NIL. So,
That's silly. I'm sorry. I just have an issue with that.
Yes. There you go. Thank you. I love when people I love everybody out there when I get compliments of this from like Depot and Chewy, and y'all choose to be here. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate that very, very much. It makes me happy. And NIL is definitely dumb. So Oliver said that the replacements was funny, but it had heart. I agree. It was funny, but it had heart to it. So
Yeah.
that's why I like that one. Minnesota at Northwestern about our Big Ten. Go to bed for Wake Forest hosts Delaware. Army hosts Tulsa, but the Black Knights. Oh, Mrs.
Yeah.
I had talked to you about somehow if I could somehow get the Army Navy game setting up a Cosme watch party. but I don't. But I got to figure out how to get the game because it's over the air on CBS. At least usually it is. So we need to talk about that at some point if you don't mind.
I don't think there's a way you can, but
we'll figure some way to do it. But yeah,
okay.
there's a suggestion Sam had for the big Army-Navy rivalry. So
okay.
Yes, Steeple. It is traditional SEC Pancake Week because every week the week before the last game of the season, which is the rivalry game, they put the pancake. Well, except when you see one a little bit later that I don't understand how. Not just Georgia, Alabama, all of them they did, except for get the game. Yeah, Sam's got Army and Navy family, so it would be a riot. By the way.
Okay.
Let's see this. Of course, we're Navy because of your family and my family. So,
how much is Army and Air Force?
Army Navy.
Army Navy. Okay.
Yes, it's
Navy.
in December. Yep. Eastern Illinois at Alabama, Mercer at Auburn. Good call, Deeple. Yep. SEC week. I mean, really, this is a week for a lot of bad games. 24th ranked South Florida is at UAB. This must be the old ranking, but really not. We got USC at Oregon. That's a good game at 3:30 on CBS. While Notre Dame hosts Syracuse. Syracuse has fallen off after losing the quarterback early in the season. They're now 3-7, and Notre Dame at home. Arkansas at Texas. This is. See. I'll be honest, between Arkansas, Texas, and Kentucky, Vanderbilt, the better game of the two, I think, is going to be your Kentucky Vanderbilt game. And that game should be on ABC. Texas, Arkansas should be down to the ESPN in terms of quality of play because Kentucky's gotten better as the season has gone along. So, but still, the Pigs go to Austin. Pigs could challenge them a little bit, but we'll see. Manning and Texas plays better at home, so we've got that going against. Of course, Kentucky misses. What do you think about 14th ranked Vanderbilt? This has been one of your historic favorite teams, right?
Yeah, go Vandy. Whoa. They're what are they? The Commodores?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I've remembered.
Yep. No, I agree. I say go Pigs.
Are they ranking higher or they still suck?
No, they're 14th in the nation. They're 8-2.
Oh, 14th in the nation? Oh, wow. Congratulations, Vandy.
Yeah, they've come. They've come.
You have to do something over on your Twitch.
I know. I got it real quick. Just fill in, look beautiful, and talk beautiful for me.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, to let you know, Dabman doesn't know this yet, but on Thanksgiving Day, we're going to do a morning stream, and Dadman is going to be a special guest. We're going to talk turkey with Dadman on Thanksgiving at 10 a.m. over on my channel, a special morning musings. And then at 10 p.m. at night, we are going to be watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And if Dad would like to, if he could be able to get on, Dadman could get on. I called him Dad. If Dadman could get on and talk during the movie, we can do that.
That sounds good. I've never watched that movie. Gasp! Everybody else.
Oh my God, you've never watched anything.
Everybody says, "Oh my God!" When I say I don't watch a movie, you know. At least I didn't.
Because they're good movies.
At least you didn't say Sergeant Dadman like I did to Sam about her husband one time.
Oh, good.
But then again, the joke is around her house. I'm called Dogman also. I think Sam called me Dogman once. So there's Army. There's Army for you. Oh, you hate Pancake Week. Well, guess what, Deeple? Not everybody plays the pancake this week. Oh, Dave has to work all day.
I'm sorry. I don't care.
Basically, a lot of teams play Weak Sisters of the Poor, the paycheck games, that type of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. JT's favorite Michigan State is at 21. Is at Iowa. Duke at North Carolina. If this is basketball, would be very popular. Really not a lot of compelling games this week. USC Oregon is probably the most compelling, I think, of all that I've seen so far. Even of this early games, just ugh. And take a look at Kansas State at Utah. That's ugly. Michigan at Maryland. Maryland's going to be ugly. It's Coastal Carolina, South Carolina. South Carolina, fresh off of losing a 27-point lead at Texas A&M. Let's see if they could win against Coastal Carolina.
My gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I watched that game. I was laying in the bed, looking at I was going to turn it off and try to go to sleep, but I'm like, you could see it coming. There was no stopping that train when it got going. So I have not seen. Actually, I don't know if I've seen any of the Ernest movies.
I have a lot of the Ernest movies on DVD.
I don't think I've ever seen them. So, yes, Michigan is alive for the playoffs if they can beat Ohio State. You never know. Rivalry game, you never know. Who knows? But don't ever underestimate Ohio State, though. I mean, last year, Michigan snuck up on them, but hey. Ranking-wise, Pittsburgh at Georgia Tech should be a good game. But I really like this Georgia Tech team. I hope that they keep winning, make the ACC championship game. Nebraska at Penn State at 7 o'clock on NBC. I look for Penn State. Penn State's pretty good since they've replaced James Franklin, who is now rumored to be headed to Virginia Tech, if that's not already been official. But look, Penn State to continue, its improvement as the season's gone along. Penn State went from number 2 in the nation to firing their coach within 15 days.
Wow. That's
how bad it is. So, oh gosh, Deeble said, "Don't bring that bad juju in here." Yeah, Michigan can. That's why rivalry games. So, rivalry games. Yeah, 7 o'clock for NBC. Penn State, Nebraska. Yep. Hey, but hey, Air Force is represented. New Mexico is at Air Force at 7 o'clock. Also at 7 o'clock, the game that I want to talk about a little bit, because actually I'm going to come back to this game. I want to end with it because it means a lot to me. California at Stanford. You remember the Stanford band player, the saxophone player that got crushed on the one play back in the 80s?
No.
With all the laterals? Oh, man.
No.
Give it to Penn State. Yeah. That would be odd. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a game where they had 30 laterals and finally the band entered the field. Stanford band entered the field. It was a game at California, and then the California guy got in and scored the touchdown. And when he came down, he clubbed the crap out of a saxophone player. And it was hilarious.
Oh, my God.
The band is on the field. Yeah. Last time I played a clip for the Egg Bowl, I might need to do a stream sometime off and get some of these clips prepped and play it off in the Cosme room. Some of the greatest calls of all time of college football, Yes, it's definitely one of the top of the amendment. Yeah. I think that may be an idea I need to do sometime. Because I'd like to show a lot of them.
Right.
So, all right. For our great friend Sam out there, there's no other really good. Western Kentucky is at LSU. I mean, that should be a win for LSU with that at home. 12th ranked BYU goes on the road to Cincinnati at 8 o'clock on the Fox Network. Dangerous game for BYU on the road, though. Cincinnati just come off losing at home to Arizona, and I think a game people did not expect. A lot of stakes here in the Big 12, especially for BYU, chasing Texas Tech to stay in the race for the Big 12 championship game.
BYU. I don't know what the chant is. Sorry.
BYU.
Oh, okay. Good. I have it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I tell you, it's a fun team to watch. Their quarterback, Bear, reminds me so much of Tim Tebow, the way he runs over people and things. Really is really elusive. Really, really brings back memories of Tim Tebow. And my memories of Tim Tebow, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you keep talking about him.
I got a signed football because remember I won it in the raffle in the homeschool.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Yay. Which brings us to Tennessee at Florida. Deeple, Florida and Tennessee did not play the pancake game this week. This actually makes me very, very upset that this game got put off till the end. This is usually the third game of the Gator season and the first conference game. What is sad to me is it's the end of the annual meeting between these two teams. I
Really?
always
Why?
love, yes, because the SEC is moving to 9 conference games next year. And because of that, they had to come up with, quote, natural permanent opponents. And Florida got Kentucky and Georgia. And Kentucky, Georgia, and another team. And they lost, let's see. I can't remember. But it was not, I think it's like South Carolina, Kentucky, and Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the third Saturday in September usually. Yeah, usually. The Alabama, Tennessee is the third Saturday in October. Normally it is, except for 2001. Do you remember when 2001 the big attack happened on that weekend and all the games were canceled? They moved it till November, and then Tennessee won, and we had to live with them playing Rocky Top in Florida Field. But yeah, in recent years, yeah. Exactly. It was. It's like Steve Spurrier said. That's why I want to talk about this game a little bit. It means a lot to me. I'm glad you're here with me, Mrs., because you saw a lot of these things. Steve Spurrier is saying you can't spell citrus, the Citrus Bowl, without UT. Drove all the UT fans crazy. That's what I miss, having a coach that could drive them crazy and stuff. I taught my kids to call them the inbreds. Remember that?
Yes.
And it's like, I couldn't help it. But it was just like, oh man, it's just the hate for Tennessee was real and stuff. Now in recent years, I've met some great Tennessee fans. I've seen Rocky Top myself. I've mellowed a bit, but I really, and I've grown to respect the Tennessee fans listening to their radio station up there. So it's it's a little bit of growing, but still, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss the hatred. I'm going to miss the rivalry. And yeah, I know Sam. I know Sam is a good influence and stuff, and she's very about peaceful and things like that. And I get that, but when sometimes when my bad nature comes out and football gets rivalries, it's crazy. So yes, they must be nice at 7-3. Exactly. When you struggled and all, and they've had a team that scores points and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Florida's rivals. Yeah. Georgia 1, Tennessee 2. For me, Tennessee some years replaced Georgia when they were better. But Alabama, I don't think 3 would be. I think FSU would be higher than Alabama, unless you're talking SEC teams. I think LSU is more of a rival for Florida than Alabama, because in recent years, Florida and LSU have been jawing a lot off the field. The athletic director at LSU said a lot of stuff about rescheduling for hurricanes, and caused a lot of garbage between the two universities. So I think LSU is higher than Alabama as a Florida fan. So yes, the mom once they really play football, have fun but be nice. Exactly. Otherwise, yeah, that was. Yeah, that should say. Yes, the mom and me. Oh, the mom and me. I got you now. So, all right.
The mom and me.
The
not
mom
the
and me.
mom
Yes.
and me.
Right. Exactly. Listen, I don't care. I'm gonna. Hopefully, there's. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be a claim. I don't know. Whatever, but we shall see. Actually, let me do this real quick. Let me double check the source that I'm getting this from, because this is one of the greatest plays in Gator history, and especially in this rivalry. Now, anyway, I'm just going to do it, but I'm doing it for under fair use, I guess, and whatever, because damn it, I want to say it. I'm going to make comments over it, because this was interesting here. Florida had choked the game away. Florida should have had this game led a lot earlier in this this game and should have won. But then, you got Felipe Franks. So the ball's at the Florida 37-yard line. So you're talking about 68 yards away, 63 yards away for a touchdown. And let's see, I'm going to mute the sound though. But we got this. You see, you got your lineup. You got Felipe Franks here, and I'm going to pause it periodically and talk. So maybe it does. This is Felipe Franks. I can't remember. This was under McElwain, I believe, or maybe I think it might have been under Mullins. So probably about 6 or 7 years ago. I'll look it up when I'm done with this. It's a righty. Felipe Franks is a right-handed quarterback. So we see, and he rolls, he gets away from the pressure. Now you got a 4-man rush, which a lot of times people do not rush for in this situation. A lot of times they drop 3 back. I don't believe that they thought he had an arm. Felipe Franks may not have been one of the best consistent, accurate quarterbacks, but he had a cannon of an arm. Right here, he goes to set up. Look at the release. Look at the motion. Right at the line of scrimmage. Flings the ball way downfield. And there goes Tyree Cleveland behind the defense. Boom! Touchdown! Touchdown, Gators! Woo! Woo! You remember this play, misses, don't you?
Oh! Yes.
You got to remember this. I went screaming through the freaking house like crazy. You remember?
Hey, you might have gone screaming too, but I don't remember.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, I was one of the greatest men. Oh my gosh, I showed it just as she shows up, Southern Belle. Oh, hey, my Tennessee volunteer friend. Hey, I'm spending some time talking about Florida, Tennessee for a few minutes as I'm starting to wrap up. I got the missus with me. Southern Belle, please feel free to share some of your thoughts of the Florida, Tennessee rivalry as you will, because this game is the last regular Florida, Tennessee game as regular common opponents. After this, it goes to some kind of rotational swing and oh gosh. Southern Belle, great to see you. Like I said, feel free to come in with your plays here. So like small time Republic already thrown in here. Greatest play Auburn block, Florida's punt in 2006. But yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, the Penn State game. Yeah, but hey, great to see you tonight. It was 23-24 because they suck. Yeah, they were down that year, but yeah. I think overall one of the greatest plays was Doug Flutie's Hail Mary versus Miami, which was like that. I remember where I was that day on that play. Dad and I in 1984, he took the day off on Black Friday. Mom was shopping. We're sitting there watching BC and Miami and watching Flutie throw that ball and seeing them. It just was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing how you know where you are with some of these plays that stick out with you. I do remember one time with Tennessee with Florida. Florida went up to Knoxville, and I can't remember. Like the second half kickoff, and I can't remember the receiver, but for Tennessee, you ran the second half kickoff back for a touchdown, and the game was over after that pretty quickly. So, yeah, Dave says, I remember the good old days when the Gator won games. But yeah, feel free if you have memories of Florida, Tennessee, or other great plays. We talked about the Cal Stanford lateral play too earlier, so have at it, folks. So Sam said, you act like screaming, running through the house about football is not maybe like a daily occurrence. It is when your team is good. It's been quiet the last few years. I think the misses it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we did have the Gators national championship in basketball back in April, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually come in, you saw the last minute
that
with
was
me.
a nail biter.
That was a nail biter.
I did not like it.
No, I know.
I do not like nail biters.
Yeah, I know you did. Oh, Southern Belle saw the game live. Oh, man. Yeah, it was one of those that as a Tennessee fan, he had to be like, what? I think this was Butch Jones' years also, which if you don't know Tennessee's cast of coaches, probably not quite up in the Lane Kiffin level of hatred, Buzz or Derek Dooley either, but Butch Jones was quite a character, and I just was crazy. He choked so many games. The 2 years before that, or I think it was 2 years before that, Will Greer was the Florida quarterback. 4th and 15, they caught the ball for the first down. Antonio Brown Callaway runs upfield for the game-winning touchdown. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See that what amazed me with the 63-yard touchdown pass where it all went in the air. And actually, it's probably 70 yards when you take from release point to where Cleveland caught the ball.
Right.
I mean, how few people can throw a ball that far.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Florida had, I tell you what, yes, I could not believe they won. And actually, as good as that team was offensively last year in basketball, they won because of their defense. They won because of their defense, because of those games. And I tell you, you remember, Mrs., you set me up. I could watch the Gators Auburn in the campground.
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
And I was having to keep it down because you were over there with your sister and her granddaughter. I'm trying to be a good example.
Yes, behave.
It was hilarious. I saw your brother-in-law look over at least one time. So not fond memories, but Southern Belle. But hey, Southern Belle, what are you? I mean, like I said, what are some of the good Tennessee memories in this series when they dominated Florida? I mean, I know I mentioned earlier when 2001 happened, the game got delayed till November, and then Florida was pushing for a national title on the way, and then guess what? Tennessee comes in, beats Florida pretty solidly, and you got Casey Clausen leading the band in Rocky Top in Gainesville. Yes, she is a big Tennessee fan. We talked Tennessee football when she was on with me a couple weeks too. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yep. She thinks she is. So memories. Hey, it's all good. I even like the bad memories too. When Herschel Walker just run over all the Gators. Oh, what'd you do now, Wes Cagle? Don't tell me X has come over and taken over YouTube. Jeez, and you're a mod. Yeah, Belle, you can sing Rocky Top anytime you'd like to. Yes, go ahead. I actually have sung it on karaoke shows before with our friend Outlaw Bill. So I know now it's stuck in my head. It's something when a song like that gets stuck in your head. So I will say one of the games that was one where Tennessee beat Florida. Also a couple years ago when Florida missed the field goal at the end of the game, and Tennessee fans, really rejoice for they beat Florida. One of the worst. Yeah, just look up the Osborne brothers, and you'll get it. One of the best Florida, one of the worst Florida games in Tennessee. This was how bad Florida was back then under Will Muskrat, as we called him. Will Muskrat. That year with Florida, Tennessee.
Okay.
Oh no, Peyton was in 97. This was in 2001. Florida went 4-0 against Peyton Manning, though. But oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure out one of the worst Florida Tennessee games was when Treon Harris was the quarterback for Florida, and Florida won 10-7. And Treon Harris was the quarterback, and he had the worst stats in the world.
Yeah,
it was like, and Florida's kicker could not kick. He successfully completed less than half of his kicks that year.
Wow.
And it was but he made like a 55-yard field goal, which gave them the winning margin. So it was really let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to look up that game real quickly because I'm
okay.
Let's see. Yeah, he's 119.
I don't have anything to contribute with, guys.
Oh, you're good. Oh, they don't have game by game stats on this thing. That's what stinks. But yeah, it was. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it was so bad. Even in Florida, Tennessee was the home team, and all I know was that they knew that they were going to win. Hell, I knew Tennessee was going to win. But Florida somehow that day held on to win the game, and it just caused. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. Maybe this might be. Oh, let's see. Let's see if this is the one I want to do. Let's see. Hello, Mr. Canoehead 1234. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you tonight. Let's see. Yeah, it keeps going up to. Oh, Winspedia. Yeah, there we go. This one. Florida leads the series 32-22. Current streak, Tennessee won in 2024. This game was. I'll show this website, folks. Yeah. I talked about Stanford Cal game. I'm like I said to the missus earlier. I need to have a Cosme party off and do some of the greatest plays of all time. But
be fun to do.
What's that?
I said that would be fun to do.
Holy crap! This was back in 2014. Wow. Florida won on October 4th, 2014, 10-9 in Tennessee. And God, like that, yeah, I did not, God, I'm old. That's 11 years ago, Mrs.
Oh my gosh, you're ancient.
But yeah, that's one that I remember that was bad, ugly, but Florida somehow won the game. And I tell you, that's, if you look at it too, again, we'll go back here. I can't remember. I gotta get that box score real quick because it is such a bad box score. But see, Tennessee wins last year, Tennessee's won 2 of the last 3, both in Knoxville. But looking back, dating to 2005, Tennessee has only won 3 times.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Florida won from 2005 to 2015. I mean, the end of the Spurrier era. Actually, that's the Urban Meyer era back then with some of the national championships all the way through after he left. Really a series dominated by Florida, but it is become such, at least to me, as a Tennessee to me is more of a rival than LSU, Auburn, Alabama, anybody else in the thing. And for me, I hate to see this game go. I really do. Yeah. So, it's really a end of an era, Mrs. I really think so.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you need to go? I only got a few more minutes.
I am getting very tired. If you hurry up, his
go
few
ahead.
minutes is an hour.
I know, we know that. Yeah, I know. But go ahead and drop out if you need to.
If I get tired,
okay, I'm going to drop in a second, but I want to. This one game got stuck in my head, and if folks feel free to share your other memories. I'm trying to find this box score because it was so bad with Treon Harris's stats. It's one of those so bad it's good type things. Because I think he only attempted like 9 passes or something, or even less than that. That's why I'm trying to look at it. Florida moved up to 3-1 and 2-1 in the SEC. Okay, here's what happened. Let me double check. Okay, Jeff Driscoll was still the starting quarterback. Okay, all right. Here's what happened. It's okay. Jeff Driscoll was in. I believe he got hurt, but Jeff Driscoll's numbers were 11 of 23 for 59 yards. Justin Worley was a quarterback for Tennessee through 26-39, 205 yards, but 2 interceptions. Treon Harris comes in the game, 2 of 4 for 17 yards. And Florida somehow won 10-9 because Austin Harden managed to kick a 49-yard field goal. It was such a, of course, everybody figured Tennessee would win this game because, Driscoll was ineffective, so they put Treon Harris in the game. Tennessee went up 9-0 in it based on 3 field goals, and then Florida it was a shock that they came back to win with a 49-yard field goal with 6:20 left in the game. So that's one of the ones I remember of all time. So, but like I said, it's the end of an era. It's the end of because Florida's new
Mm-hmm.
common opponents are like Florida, South Carolina, and Kentucky, I believe. Um, which means, see, I liked playing Auburn. I miss playing teams like Auburn. I mean, that used to be a rival. I always thought Florida was more of a rival with Auburn than LSU, but the schedule makers do it. Move to 9 games in the conference to appease the playoff gods and to maybe move to a 16-team playoff one day. And
Mm.
yep, so that is my recollection of the Florida Tennessee series. So if there's, let me double check the chat real quick. Like I said, Bell, if you have any off, off memories of the games from that series, I'm glad you were there for that one. It was see, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was 0-4 against Florida, but T. Martin took over the next year, beat the Gators, and took Tennessee on to a national title in '98. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Sorry, that song gets stuck in my head. Actually, Belle, you'd laugh. I've walked down the hallway before or at work and all, and I get that stupid Rocky Top stuck in my head during the work week, and I'm like, I got to get the song out of my head, but I can't.
Yes. Yes, you must. I'm just kidding. I
Yes.
don't
All
care.
right. Well, listen, folks, we're going to wrap up on that one. Thank y'all all for coming in. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. JT, thank you for coming in. We still got 13 people watching, 3 on the Twitch
Hey,
side.
guys.
Make sure you follow us over there. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. We finally hit 750 on this YouTube side, so please make sure you're still subscribed. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Because I like to hold the 750. Should have a celebration stream coming up some point soon. I just got to figure out what I really, really want to do. But thank you, everybody. Jeff's been in here too. Let me see if there's any other comments. Mrs., why don't you go ahead and take a few minutes, tell everybody, remind them of what our Thanksgiving plans are now that I did not know about it.
Yeah,
But
I just
they sound
decided.
exciting. And then you tell them about that and tell them about your normal shows since we have a few new
Okay,
people in
so
here.
tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'm going to have morning musics with Mrs. Dadman Walking. And let's see, tomorrow is Wednesday, so let me look at my times here. Uh, let me see. Everything has changed in the right now because I am um at my mom's visiting my mom's, so my streams are all weird. So let's see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So at 3 p.m. Eastern time, we will be watching JoJo, Bizarre Adventure.
Sorry. Sorry. Tell them about
What?
it, JoJo. Tell them about it, JoJo. The Edge Orgeron Hummer commercial. I got to show it to you later.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. Go
It's
ahead.
okay. We have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean. The first 3 episodes, we're starting a new arc there. And then we're having the Elegant Yokai Apartment Life, a new series. The first 3 episodes of that. Thursday, we're going to be doing morning musings again. Then we'll have a Lego build. We're hopefully going to be doing the Durr Burger from Fortnite. That might change. I'm not sure. And then Friday, we'll be doing some dragon coasters. And then at 10 o'clock, we will be watching Kubo and the Two Strings.
Nice movie if you have
There
never
will
seen it
be,
before.
it is a lovely movie. It's one of my favorite movies ever. There is no streams on Saturday. It's my last full day with my family. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a drive stream on the way home. I am not sure what time. Um, it will be early because I probably will leave here between 6:30 to 7:30 Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Wow,
that
that's
will
even
be early.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be up. Yeah, I'll be up. I'll
So
make
that's
sure.
kind of where we're at. And on Thanksgiving, we are going to be doing a special morning musing stream, and we'll be talking turkey with Dad Man. And then 10 o'clock that night, we'll be doing the movie. We'll be watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Nice. Looking forward to watching that one for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it a Thanksgiving movie or a Christmas
No,
movie, or
Sashi, we're not there yet. It's a
or
thanks. It's kind
is
of
it a transition movie between Thanksgiving
it's
and Christmas?
from what I understand, it is Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden my brain
Steve Martin,
stopped.
John Candy. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Steve Martin trying to get home for Thanksgiving.
Okay. That's cool.
So,
Yes.
hey, Sashi, and we are
That's bad.
not home yet. We are
It's
not
bad.
home yet.
It's bad that you get it
Behave.
before even it starts. But Southern Belle, memory of Florida is losing to Florida at home. Yes, the long-suffering Tennessee Volunteer fans for so many years, even when they were much better than Florida and still lost at home. That was a hell of a winning streak for the Gators. So, and Jess says, "See you later." Oliver says, "Till next time. Good night." Sashi's arguing about no, it's not. Today is Wednesday. You're a man of the future. It's almost Wednesday here in about 29 minutes. Speaking of that, tonight, Wednesday night, I'll be live with Wes Cagle, hopefully at 8 o'clock. Dave says, good night. Have a good one. And Toodles from Deeple. Yes. All right.
Toodles.
Oh, Southern Belle loves that movie.
It's a good movie. I think so.
Oh, cool. I'm watching.
And then our first Christmas movie of the year of December is going to be Fat Man.
Fat Man, not Batman.
Mm-hmm. No, it's Fat Man. So.
Jake and the Fat Man.
No, it is about let me see if I can. Okay, the movie is let me look at the description. When Santa falls on hard times, he agrees to make parts for the U.S. military, just as a vengeful, naughty 12-year-old hires an assassin to kill him.
Really?
So that is the movie today that we're going to be watching. Our very first Christmas movie.
That's.
So.
Oh, Deeple does have a question for you, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we will be hearing from Mariah Carey very soon. I'm surprised Mark D you hadn't pulled it out in Fortnite yet. But he said, Deeple said, where do you rank Charlie Brown Christmas Special on Christmas movies?
I think it's one of the top Christmas specials. I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily consider it a movie. Do I sing in the car? Yes, I do. But I listen to a lot of Korean music, so I don't know what they're saying. So I basically just kind of sing the tunes.
Oh, he's a big
I just sing the
Charlie
tune.
Brown.
Yeah, I think it's one of the. I think everyone should watch Charlie Brown Christmas Special.
See, I like singing in the car, but
We're not getting into Die Hard because I'm tired and I want to go to bed. If you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, it's a Christmas movie. If you don't think it's a Christmas movie, then it's not a Christmas movie.
Oh my gosh. Belle was going to ask about that too. That's too funny.
I thought I liked you, Belle, but now I'm not sure. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
At least I get that. I'm just serious. Let me do one last thing as we go out. I found a couple pictures. I forgot. Everybody knows about the Lane Kiffin situation. Charlie Brown is number one. Rudolph and Frosty round up the top three.
Well, if you're talking about animation, see, there's other animated shows that I like. I do think Charlie Brown would be in my top 5. Probably my top 3. But Klaus, I think, is a wonderful animated show. If you're talking about animated television shows, then I mean you can probably that's probably close to what my list would be. But it depends. There's so many different categories. Sometimes it's hard to categorize them as your favorite. Like, what is your favorite animation TV show? What is your favorite live action? Your favorite horror Christmas show. There's so many.
Oh yeah.
And Sam said I'm doing an entire episode for my podcast on the top 5 Christmas movies, and another military spouse, her top 5 Christmas movies. It'll be coming out in a few weeks.
Nice.
Well, last year we did the 12.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to get caught up here. Those three. Sam also said that Charlie Brown was her father's favorite. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. About last year.
I was just going to say last year we did the 12 movies of Christmas, and we watched them. Me and Dad, man, we
Mm,
didn't watch them like on a Cosme like we did the horror movies this year.
mm,
Um, but we did what we watched them, you know, uh, off screen, and
mm,
then we ranked them and
yeah.
talked
Oh
about them.
yeah, yeah.
So
I think if we did anything like that this year, I'd do it in the format where we watch people with people. I mean,
the
we can talk
Grinch
about
is up there. Yeah, the
yeah.
Grinch is up
What
there,
about a White
man.
Christmas movie? Sam asks, what do you feel about White Christmas?
Uh, it's I enjoy watching it. I don't necessarily, it's not one of my go-to Christmas movies.
Isn't
But the
that the one with Bing
Grinch,
Crosby with I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas?
I think.
Okay. Southern Belle said this year's 75th anniversary of Peanuts. Wow.
It's a Wonderful Life. I liked it once, maybe twice, and then it just irritated me.
What
So
got
it's very
irritating
hard for
about
me to
it?
watch. It just was, I just got angry. It was, I don't know, it
Okay.
started irritating me. The
Okay.
angel irritated me. It
Oh,
all irritated me.
well, you sound like the Grinch. Like
I don't
yes,
know why. It just
yeah,
kind of started irritating me.
yeah. And the Grinch is not Jim Carrey. I
No, the
refuse to watch that one.
original cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know. But that's what I'm saying specifically. The live action
He's
Jim
the
Carrey.
mean
No.
one, Mr. Grinch.
Oh, they're stoking the fire on Die Hard, a Christmas movie. You know that out there. We're just Bell
That's
says that
fine.
there's a lot of Peanuts merchandise in stores this year. So
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if you go to, there's a store around here, it's called Miniso, and, they carry a lot of peanut stuff, and they always
mm,
have. I think the peanuts are pretty big over in Asia. Not 100% sure about that, but it is kinda like an Asian store.
yeah, it is. Oh,
I think it is. And Sashi, I might be a little bit Asian because I get
yeah,
irritated by quite a lot
yeah,
of stuff.
yes. And Bell likes the Thanksgiving episode with Peanuts. So
Mhm.
Sam then White Christmas starts off in World War II. Got Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye after the war. They go home and become business partners. And yes, the song White Christmas is in it. Yeah, that's Southern Belle
Oh,
loves
Miracle
Miracle
on
on
30.
34th Street though.
Yep, that's a good movie too, the original.
Yeah, Wonderful Life is mother's favorite Christmas movie. Yeah, I've heard a lot of
I
stuff
just
about those
yeah,
movies.
I mean, if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know why.
I don't know. Well,
It's
let
kinda
me
like
show.
The Sound of Music. I can't watch The Sound of Music
See,
anymore. I
folks, you
just
never know
wanna
what you come out here. You come to a sports show and then we talk Christmas. You never know. So, but let me do a couple things as an exit real quick. You'll like these misses though. Everybody knows the Lane Train. Will he stay at Ole Miss? Whatever. He's being suited. It's the future of the Bachelorette or the Bachelor. You know, who's he gonna give the rose to? Ole Miss, LSU, or the Florida Gators?
Oh, who do you want him to give it to?
I'll take him in Gainesville. Bell knows what we talked about it. It is. I want to vomit. I want to puke because Tennessee fans hate his guts. 1 year and dumped him, but at this point, Florida's so far down. I'll take anything that can make you relevant in the world of college football. So
Gotcha. Very
exactly.
good.
And one more, real quick. Let's see. Lane Kiffin spotted in Washington, D.C., rumored to make a presidential run in 2028.
Har, har, har.
Oh, so many rumors about him right now these days. And yes, Southern Belle loves the classic Peanuts. On that note, join me tonight at 8 o'clock or tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Wes Cagle. We'll go live. We'll go West Dad Man. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll see. Maybe we'll play somewhere in the USA. Who knows what we'll do? Join Mrs. at 10 o'clock in the morning, of course, and tomorrow afternoon for anime in the afternoon. And with
No, Belle, no.
oh, sound, the hills are alive with the sound of music.
See, Dad Man can sing on the show and not get copyrighted because he can't carry a tune.
Well, let's see if I got flagged for that Tennessee highlight. So, but anyway,
We'll
folks,
see.
have a. The only thing that would be better is Snort Poopus was here to hear that. So,
The
hey,
hills are alive.
at least you didn't say the hills have eyes. Then you get into the horror genre with that. So, Oh well. Oh my gosh, it triggers him. All
I
right.
just don't. I'll tell you why. When I worked at the TV station, they aired it every year, and I had to run
Yep.
it, and so I
Yep.
had to sit there and watch it.
Yep. Was that the
Ugh.
Christmas night stuff, or is it the
It just was.
Thanksgiving night?
I
Yeah.
don't. No, I don't. It was in between. Toodles, steeple.
I need to go. Toodles all sounds like the stream is following me too. All right.
Yes.
Well, we're
Okay. I'm
going to
gonna let
check
you
out.
leave. I'll be quiet now.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, the hills are alive with the sound of gunfire. That goes well in a lot of American cities, Sashi. So, on that note, okay, folks. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to the missus. She's almost at 700. And see her at
I'm
10
at
o'clock in the morning.
691. I got one more
Whoa.
sub since this morning.
9 more to 700.
Oh, yeah.
You're only like 59 behind me, which is what we're trying to do. I won't do the catch up thing. I'll do it tomorrow night though. With Wes though, that Canuck made for us. But on that note, have a great night, everybody. Or you want me to play it now?
No, no.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Yes. Okay. I love to joke about Sound of Music, Sam. So we're only beginning to torture you for the Christmas season. On that note, folks, have a great night. Catch you all later, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
All I want for Christmas.
If you.
That's all I'm gonna sing.
And a Mariah Carey red Christmas suit.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.